Oh, I got the money in my pocket, but I'm happy, so fuck it. Yo, I'm feeling so fine, I'll be drinking my wine, flying high like a rocket. I got you, you got me, you wanna join in my drinking spree. I got you got me, and we don't know where else to be. We got no problems to worry about now. We got no others to break us down. We got no problems to worry about now. We got no others to break us down. We got no others to break us down. The money in my pocket, but I'm happy, so fuck it. Yo, I'm feeling so fine, I'll be drinking my wine, flying high like a rocket. I got you got me, you wanna join in my drinking spree. I got you got me, and we don't know where else to be.
we saw all the comments for you guys asking for some more Rondo goodness. So we are back here today for day 2 of the Legends Rise Rondo tournament. We're going to have some great action coming your way, so stick around with us for the ride for our next upcoming 3 matches. My name is Maxman, I'm one of your casters, and as always, the person next to me that carries me in-game is also here to carry me on the broadcast. It's Niptura. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, Max. How about yourself? I almost called you Niptura there, but I decided not to at the last minute. But,
I'm Niptura 1 and you're Niptura 2.
I think it's the other way around.
No.
Okay, all right, but how are you anyway? I hope you don't get asked that much.
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing fantastic. I went at the gym. There's a new One Piece episode out. We got Legends Rise Rondo. I'm feeling great. I did not enjoy the gym that much, but I'm forcing myself. I'm trying my best, okay? But no, it's a very, very exciting day today because today we're going to be wrapping up Legends Rise Rondo tournament, right? We saw so many great plays, especially the MG3 boys. Oh my God, the threat of the lobby. They're so spooky and scary. Is anyone going to take them down though today, Niptura? That's the big question for me.
That's the big question for me as well, yeah, because they were just so strong last night. They did so well. But they didn't quite get that #1 spot, did they? It was Star, Captain, and Crew as well. So I think it's going to be interesting to see that little battle come to pass because, yeah, the MG3 boys are definitely out for blood. We've also got a couple of other contenders in there. I mean, Seven and HK were doing their thing as well last night. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that we got to keep our eye on tonight.
Yeah, also CR7 with Captain and Naruto 1v4 living up to his name clearly.
Naruto and Captain,
yeah, he's more like Naruto 1v2. His duos this tournament, but still very fitting. He's been doing a lot of work, especially with his utility game in these Rondo matches. We'll have to see if that's going to continue for our 3 matches today. But no, very exciting to see how things are going to go. We're also going to go over the leaderboards. We're going to check out the prize pool and, of course, the teams again, just to recap for everyone out here. And if you did miss out on the action yesterday, feel free to go back. We had some really, really fun moments, especially Niptura. What I was hoping for, right, is to see people using the new features in Rondo, like the emergency cover flare and also the terraforming feature, which we saw those used quite a hefty amount in the 3 matches of yesterday.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot being used there and really well played as well, right? They were very strategically used at the same time. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how that might have evolved. I mean, it was a pretty good start yesterday, but I want to see maybe if there's going to be a little bit more of an aggressive play with it, etc. So I just want to see, like we said yesterday, though, right? This is all new meta. It's a new map. No one's got the strategy down yet. So I'm just really excited to see kind of how that changes as we go on through the evening.
Yeah, unlike what you said yesterday, where shotguns are still meta though. Like that's just across all the maps, shotguns are going to be quite good. But you know what is also good? Money. We all have money, so let's check out the prize pool. The cash prize is going to be available after these 3 matches. Who's going to be taking home the line share of this $10,000 that's on the line today? 3.5k for first place. Right now, we got a few teams that are currently in the running for that, but we mentioned it a few times yesterday at the end of the show, Nep. Even if you're in last place, if you go hard from like minute 1, you could very easily initiate a comeback. Maybe not go for first place. I think that's quite hard to achieve, but making in top 5 where you start gaining money, that is definitely achievable.
It absolutely is. Yeah, we've seen a lot of things happen between the teams as well, right? We had Levinho and Sevu. They were at the bottom with 0 points, and then in one game they went all the way up to 10th place. So there's a lot of changing happening in those leaderboards, and so yeah, you're quite right. Anything can happen. It's not easy, but it's very easy comparatively to a lot of things to actually get into that top 5. There's a whole lot of chances for you to do that, but it's only 3 games. So they got to do it now or never.
Yeah, only 3 games that our teams are going to be participating into. And of course, talking about the teams, let's take a quick look at who is going to be playing once again. If you caught yesterday's 3 matches, you know exactly what is about to go down with these players, with these squads, except that there's one slight update that I need to keep everyone up to date with, which is Millionaire Team 15. Rishat is not going to be playing today, unfortunately. So do you like Poe? I'm going to say his name, will only be as a solo today. So he's not going to have a teammate, very unfortunately. But we saw with a 7 in particular, right, Neb, that does not put an end to your adventure. So sure, you might be solo. You can still go in these games and just pop off. So best of luck to Do You Like Poe?
Yep, absolutely. I think he's probably going to be trying to play a little bit of that quiet game, get into those late stage zones, and then do some havoc, I think. So we'll see how that goes for him. But yeah, I'm ready to get into game. I think we're going to be getting into game not too long from now, Max. I want to know, I'm going to just go straight to predictions. Who's going to win this first game, do you think? What are you thinking?
MG3 boys. Yeah, I know they have a proper team name, but like, for me, it does not matter. I actually even forgot their full team name. Bot. Same. There you go. Team 18. Bot.
Yeah, it's MG3.
Yeah, but like bot, also known as MG3 Boys. Or shouldn't we say MG3 Boys, also known as bot? Like MG3
That
Boys is the main name that we're going to stick with. And realistically, I don't think anyone's going to want to hot drop them because it gets messy in that location, right? Because you not only are going to have possibly 2, maybe 3 teams if they decide to all hot drop there, you're also going to have a weird layout. Like you got different levels, a few very small rooms, making it very hard to play around with utility, grenades, Molotovs. And of course, you got the agents, the guards that we saw them get a few knocks yesterday. And they definitely want to be a little bit careful because they can be quite a pain in your side if you're not careful.
They absolutely can be, as we found out in one of our games. But you know what? We talked about that last night. We don't need to talk about it tonight. What do you need to talk about, though, Max, is that there's a little change to the point system, though. In these final 2 maps of the day, we're going to actually see eliminations be 2 points, not just 1. So we got a double point elimination rule for the final 2 maps of the day.
That is going to be quite hefty for the MG3 boy. Okay, no, for anyone, realistically, if you're able to get yourself some early eliminations, like a duo is worth an entire squad right now. They're worth 4 points. So if you can get the squad wipe, that could be great. And also, something we do have to keep in mind is that you can add a lot more eliminations, technically, because you do have so many respawn beacons around the map that even if you get revived, that point still counts. Well, now that's going to be those 2 points still count. So technically, each player is worth 4 points if they do get revived. So do keep your eyes peeled open for that, because we could see people get like 20 points, maybe even more in one of these games. Elimination focused only. Like that could be crazy to see how things are going to go. But I do hear we are going to be diving into our first game of the evening very, very soon. So let's get ready for some Rondo goodness. Yeah.
Nice. And we got those double planes to start us off. Here we go. Map 1 of 3 coming in hot to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And we're just going to be seeing those plane paths go straight through, but there's little double faces all over that map. Want to see what all that's about, and maybe we'll see some hot drops over them.
Maybe a few hot drops. I mean, definitely towards the central area, test track stadium, quite close to the 2 plane paths. So we could have some action happening in those 2 areas. And I'm seeing these little devil horn things. That's the new collab that's happening with Baby Monster, I think it is. But I have no idea what's there because that update is from today. I have not played today, so I don't know what that is. Is it loot? Is it just cosmetic stuff? I don't know. But that could be interesting to see how people interact with this new collaboration.
No, absolutely. I think that's going to be super fun to see. We have 4 of them total in our circle in our phase 1. So maybe we'll see a little bit of an interaction there. I really do want to see how that works. So we're going to have a little look, though. But we do see that Team 11, HK and 7, they are once again split. But this time, HK looks to be like he's the one in the fire as Vale. Is he going to just be Vale or is he going to be Vale? So far, it's a little bit of Vale movement.
Yeah, kind of Vale movement, though. Hits the shot with his teammate also, I think, trying to assist if possible. But that's going to be it. Nicely done from Vale as he gets the first elimination. I feel a little bit bad for what you just took down for HK because he only had a Kar 98, I believe, which Kar 98, short range versus shotgun. Like, you do the math, you know? It's not quite in your favor, but first elimination coming their way. Though, I do believe we did see 7 relatively close to a respawn beacon, so I think we're going to see a lot more of HK in this game, so don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be absolutely fine. But we will want to see what the next stage is for Team 17, right? Because even though they got rid of HK, there is still very much somebody here. So they are still going to have a little bit of that hot drop. Although I'm not sure if Akko actually did separate from his teammate. It looks possible, but we'll see. Anyway. Team 9, Ultra. We got Ultra in the chat a lot, so it's nice to see him over here on the screen as well.
I don't know if you saw that. He just picked up a random self-AD on the ground. Like, they do spawn naturally. They're just very rare. So Ultra has a self-AD currently. So he's going to be quite tough to take down. He's going to be a real tough nut to crack. So be careful if you encounter the boys of Team 9, a.k.a. Team Alpha.
Well, in the Elam feed, we just saw Cappy go down to one of the guards, so we know where they are, but it hasn't gone well for them. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch a little later on. But yeah, already we're seeing a lot of teams kind of have one go quite early, right? We got a lot of revives that need to start happening.
Definitely a few revives are going to be happening very soon. We did see someone actually on top of Neox Factory. Not too many fights happening over there. We've dropped there a lot yesterday in our game snap, right? And it's hot drop city. Normally you go in the mode, Golden Dynasty, and if you go out early, everyone's dropping there if it's on plane path. So you better be careful. Right now, though, there's a lot less people, so you don't have to really fight for it. But if you do get full control of Neox Factory, the amount of loot you get in that building, like in the building itself and on the rooftops of the different buildings you have there, especially the main factory building, it's crazy. So you're going to be fully stacked. You might even find a few self ADs because you've got so many spawn locations for loot. The self ADs, you can definitely find more than one if you're lucky.
Well, we're starting to see, I guess, a few more hot drops, right, Max? In a way. I mean, you got more teams kind of landing on each other in smaller areas. So we're seeing more and more positions have like 2 teams rather than a more evenly spaced group. But still, yeah, not the hot drops we were really looking for or hoping for over here on the desk. I think we were kind of wanting like 4 teams to go all over to Stadium and battle it out, but that's just not going to happen. And it is the last night, right? So unless you're in a position where it's like either go big or go home, then I don't think we're going to see that.
No, we're not going to be seeing too much happening, apparently. There you go. I'm just getting the chat up on my PC so I can see who everyone is supporting, and everyone is indeed supporting Ultra.
Which, yep.
Which
it's all Ultra.
I was like predicting. I think I'm going to see like 10,000 Ultras in the chat, and that's exactly what's happening. So it seemed like got a few Ultra fans, and by a few I mean millions, just like his teammate. But with that said, back to the action over in this compound in this city. We're going to have then Queen and Khan trying their best to, I think, leave the situation because they're kind of split. They're definitely not ready to fight. Actually, no, I just saw something interesting with them. One of the players is camping the respawn beacon while one is on the front looking for eliminations with the M249. I think maybe the game plan is kind of similar, just tighter than what we saw from 7 and HK, but like just in one compound. So I think that's not a bad strat. Like, go for it. If he gets knocked out, you can pretty much instantly respawn him. So not a bad strat. I kind of like it.
Yeah, not bad at all. And we're starting to see those strategies come in. That's what we love to see over here. Well, let's see. I mean, we still got 20 odd seconds until the zone 2 starts coming on in. So these teams still have a little bit of time to kind of get their bearings and do what they want to do. Vale is being pretty, very aggressive with it. He's ready for this fight. It's up against Zidu and Shark.
Vale things. It's what we can call it.
It's Vale things,
he's going kind of crazy. He's going Vale mode, and definitely doing so with the shotgun, looking to close that gap with Zidu. Is he under the staircase? Oh, I thought he was under the staircase for a second. I was kind of confused. Great nade. We've seen so many good nades from this player yesterday. He's getting living up to his name. He sees him. No look sees. Is that going to be a hit, though? The Molotov can't go back room. Oh, that was definitely a good idea. Like, he is on point with the utility. You can tell that much. He gets the information, jumps through the window, and gets that knock onto Zidu. Can't quite flush it from that angle, but Shark will definitely not be able to go for that revive.
Yeah, absolutely not. But he's got to be careful because Shark does have a really good angle up on that roof, right? So he can't res his teammate, but he sure can protect him. There's no way that Vale can actually flush this out without getting Shark as well.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that Vale has his teammate just in the back towards Neox Factory, so he's going to be here in just a matter of a few seconds. If he goes for it, nice, elimination confirmed. Right through the smoke, actually, put the information, actually denies the information away from Shark with that smoke, able to just peek around, and he knows exactly that one player he just knocked is going to be in the corner, so goes for a little bit of a predicted move and gets the elimination. So well done from Vale. And I don't think Shark is going to be able to leave this spot. Sure, I'm sure he wants to try and go for that revive onto his teammate, go for the respawn beacon. But as of right now, there's none nearby. And he's going to have to go for quite a little hike if he wants to get his teammate back in.
Yeah, this is the thing. And without a vehicle, it's going to be even harder for him. Oh, but he might have that jump start there. Vale was not really prepared for that with a nade in hand, but it does not matter. Vale doing Vale things. My goodness me. This man's just a solo at this rate. Yep,
still not being downgraded to Vale. He's still Vale for us in this match. What the hell are you doing here, Seven? This is not your territory. This is occupied by Vale. Okay, the Vale Inquisition has begun and has ended already. But he's trying to take a piece of the pie for Neox Factory. He's making so much noise, and you have one player. I believe he's on the roof, right? I think, yeah, Orko is currently on the roof of the other building. And he's just feeding intel to Vale. And you know Vale is like, yeah, I want to fight. That was not quite satiating enough. I want more action, please.
Well, yeah, I'm so down for this Vale versus Seven, right? The two seemingly MVPs of last night. You know, they were doing a whole lot of work for their teams. So I want to see them go head to head here. We are having a lot of activity to the north as well, though, right? In Ryan, there's 2 teams up there as well. There's a couple teams just on the outskirts. But it seems like we are going to be focused here over on the factory side of Test Track and kind of seeing where these teams are. But it looks like Seven is just like, I don't have enough info for this.
Yeah, I think he maybe has intel that Vale is in front of him and he has a player behind him because he can hear the footsteps. He knows what's going on. Just being a little bit more cautious, sending it away from Test Track. Maybe just going for another building in Test Track. It's quite wide as an area, so you can definitely be quite good there. And actually, Test Track and Stadium here, Nep, are in the circle. Like, the odds of a circle finish happening there is quite slim still, but that means they're still going to be quite important for this portion of the match, maybe even going into phase 2. So we'll see if that might end up being the case for later stages as well. As Seven gets picked up by Vale, and that is it. With the ace, I think it was. I just saw it quickly. Was that the ace? Not sure.
I think that was the S12.
Oh, S12, okay, maybe, I took my eyes away on the map feed. I wasn't sure. But okay, shotgun action, it seems. So well done, and that's going to be it. Maybe, actually, he was not revived yet. So I think HK, that again is just somewhere else on the map, could go for revive on 7.
Yeah, he absolutely could, and I think that's got to be the plan, right? You can't just leave 7 out in the dust somewhere in the nether just to go, ooh, he's over there, you know? You got to bring him back into the action, so we'll see him back as, Team 16. They don't want this. They don't want this at all. They're chilling in their little compound, but no, Team 23 going to be moving on in. It's Lotex and Bot of Slayer, and they're going to just be moving on in and looking for that info. They know there's somebody here, and now they want to know a little bit more so they can take them out.
Yeah, they're called the newbies, by the way. I don't know why, because they had some banging plays yesterday.
Yeah.
I kind of like it when you have people being like, oh yeah, we're like, our team name is We Suck, but actually they get like 20 eliminations per game. I'm like, okay. They're trying to play it low key, like, oh, we're not that good, but actually they could play in esports like rooms and be good to go.
Yeah. Yep.
I wish I could do that, but I can't back it up. That's quite unfortunate. What would our team name be, Nep, if we had a team name? What would it be?
Probably the noobs.
The nerds. I was going to say the nerds.
Nerds.
I always call you
weebs.
a nerd. You call me a nerd sometimes, or weeb.
Yeah, I call you weeb, but I also call you nerds. Honestly.
The nerds.
Yeah, nerd. Nerd is good. I like that.
Nerd crew.
The nerd crew, yeah.
Nerd crew gaming or esports, and that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Good nade actually onto Lilifo. A little bit of a bounce. I think Lilifo even just closed the door. The nade was not able to quite make it inside the building, while Lotex is going to be going for a solo push onto Munazir. I think Bob Slayer is just trying to secure a good off angle, which is not a bad idea, but you need to be careful. Lotex can't get too involved, which means that he's playing around with his utility. His nades are being really good just to try and take an easy and safe knock. But he's got the information. And Lilifo, I think, is trying to regroup with their teammate.
They are indeed, and they're just, you're right. They're taking this very slow, very safe and cautious, and fair enough. You know, you got Bot Slayer here with a little bit of that off angle. I think he could kind of see him, and that's a good nade, but Lifo's already gone. He's already away from that position, so that nade is not going to do anything there, but Vale! Next on to Ultra, they're going to get it with the S12K. That S12K has no business having that kind of range. What the heck is that? But GG's Vale doing Vale things. He's now up to 6 eliminations. Max, this guy.
He's doing Vale things, okay? That's his branding now. He's always going to be called Vale. It's never going to go away. So many eliminations, actually. Munazir able to get one knockdown onto Lotex. And we actually know they squad wiped the entire team. I thought that was just Nox, but actually, no, they did get the 2 eliminations, completely eliminated the opposing squad. And now they're looking pretty comfortable with 2 eliminations. And after this game, that would be 4 points. We would double elimination starting the last 2 matches. That's going to be quite interesting as Red Hat gets the Orm headshot. That's a scary weapon, Nep. Ooh.
That's my kind of guy. That's what that is. The Alm is my favorite. Let's go. But nice to see it being used so early on in the game as well. You can see Lobby and Red Hat down to the way south of the zone, just behind Test Track there, looking to move up though. And Aqua and Vale are actually quite far from each other. They're doing that HK7 strat.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I knew exactly where you were going with that. Yeah, it seemed like the game plan. Actually, talking about HK and 7, HK did also go for the res onto 7. No more reses. If you get eliminated now as HK and 7, you are out of the game. You'll have to win the lobby for match number 2 of today. So I think that, yeah, they're playing together a little bit more now. I feel like okay, we understood. We won't take the risk, because if we take a risk and it doesn't pay out, like, we are going to lose big in this next phase. Though, because of the circle shifting pretty heavily to the eastern side, the west is quite populated at this point, meaning that fight should be happening quite soon. Especially, I think Chocoholic and Copiacole are heading towards stadium that is currently occupied. So that could result in a bit of an engagement happening relatively soon.
We'll just have to see. These zones, they take a while, don't they, Max, though? Like, if you've got a competitive lobby where they're playing this by the book, right? And so these zones are actually taking their sweet time here, 1.5 minutes, and this is where we start to get interesting, because Zone 3 is going to be where we start getting our hard shifts. So it's 1.5 minutes, but we are going straight up to the caverns and the deserts of this map. Test track and stadium not here at all. And some of these teams are just really out of luck here.
I was really excited, like, maybe for test track finish, seeing how things were going. But no, it was just, I was robbed. We were robbed as a community.
We were, yeah.
We were robbed from a possible test track or even stadium finish. So circle things. Sometimes, you know, it's how it goes. Actually, looking at this position, because it shifted heavily north, this kind of area around the water, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, how you got some strong points of interest around the river compared to your other maps. Here, not really. Like, you do have a bit of a hilltop and a deep valley around the riverside, but it's quite barren. There's not too many buildings in that specific area, so it kind of goes against my point of yesterday. But it's still playable if you have emergency cover flares, which I think a few people might have, 1 or 2 up in their sleeves.
Surely, right? I mean, at this point in the game, you should be having a couple of those flares if you can find them. I'm normally picking up like 3 different ones, and I never use them because I always forget. But
you always do,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, did you guys have emergency cover flares? Oh yeah, I had 3. You're eliminated now. What's the point of having them?
I'm so used to not playing with them, but honestly, it's the same with smokes for me. I never use my smokes. Oh, they might need to though.
I always use my utility. Like, if there's 1 meter of land that is not covered, I'm like, emergency cover flare. There, pop it through. And then it falls on a rooftop and I look dumb. But that's how it goes sometimes.
Or you get squished.
Yeah, also. That's, I have not seen that yet. It will happen eventually. I just know someone is going to use it and it's going to fall, like, right on their head. Right on their noggin. Yeah. And it's not going to be a good time, but a bit of a headache tomorrow. No?
Very funny. Nice. Let's go.
That sounded... what was that? Oh, very funny. That sounded so sarcastic.
I know it did. Sorry about that. I'm slightly out of it. That's fine. For everybody at home, I'm not 100% today. I'm a little off. So if I sound funny, it's that's why. I'm gonna blame it on sickness.
Okay, that's fair. Sickness, like talking about the sick plays of Vale. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Vale just makes me ill with how good he's playing, man. What the heck?
Ew. Oh man, that's an inside joke with Kalaris
nasty.
in PMWC. Kalaris just kept saying "ew" all the time. Wait, actually, that could be a 6 shot from Red Hat. Go for it. Boom, boom. In Levino. Levino, I'm sorry, but like...
Bestie, you're going down. We're yelling timber.
Does he have an MG3 also? He does have an MG3. The MG3 boys live on.
Okay. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Red Hat and Lobby, they've both got those MG3s. Someone needs to stop them, man.
It's the perfect strat. You know, you get MG3s. How can you not win the game? I say that. They didn't win all games yesterday, but...
yeah.
They're still getting relatively close every time. And with the car, now, they're going to be looking to, I think, go for a wide northern rotate because that direct entry point is not going to be available. I love gambling, though. I think in the back end, in the blue with Mercy, are looking to go for also their very own wide rotate because they see that east is quite occupied. So south might just be a little bit more open for the taking.
Ooh, it's interesting what Team 5 are doing here. Danya and Baba. They're going for this really late rotation strat. Not something we've seen too much on Rondo so far. I think the zones, as you get into the mid stages of the game, tend to get quite dicey. And the zone just really packs a punch after a while. So we haven't seen too much of that, but we're starting to see it now, especially with that zone going all the way down to the south now. We've got another hard shift. It's gone straight back over onto Bamboo.
Actually, it's really good for a lot of the teams. They moved away from that northern side, north of the river. Not quite great for, you know, Sweet Dreams And the other squad I just saw up there for a second, they're going to have to go for a quick transition, otherwise they might just be in a world of trouble. Yeah, Lifo and Melisay, they were able to win their fight earlier in this position, are able to just still stand strong, looking to have actually other fights join this little area, this little compound. So right now, Vale, I think, understood a few of the buildings are taken, finds an available open building. He's currently solo, unfortunately, but he's still got 6 eliminations, so know that Vale is going to represent his team of Team 17, also known as the GOAT. But right now, living up to the name. I have to say, Vale, with the plays, with the elims, definitely doing some GOAT kind of behavior. There's now 3 teams already in that central compound. You can't have more than 3 teams. Like, that is really the maximum amount of teams that can occupy that position. As though HK and 7 on the high ground near the river. Do you get information? One of the players of Team 24, French Monsters, trying to deny information. Sweet Dreams is getting slowly closer up there, swimming his way across, but walking up there when they're already occupying this high ground is going to be quite tough, I think.
Yeah, but it looks like actually Team 11 don't want anything to do with it. Oh, hang on. Naruto, Captain, coming in hot. Red Hat continuing with the in the Elim feed, by the way, but the S12K is flying in the current scene as they're going back and forth. The dodging and weaving, my goodness me, they're quick with it, but it's up against Vale. That's why they're being so cautious, man. It's a 1v2, but how, I mean, it's Vale, right? It's basically a 2v2 at this point.
Can Vale get 10 eliminations? That'll be massive. Naruto cooking the nade, though. Is it going to be a point-blank nade onto Vale? It is, and it connects. He does have the emergency self-AD, I do believe, but Captain is not going to let him use it, and that is going to be the end of the road for Vale. Almost could have been 7 eliminations, but it was just not quite meant to be. Really good nade. Did actually Naruto knock himself with the nade? I didn't even see in the elimination feed.
No, he didn't. No.
But that would have been funny. No, like, I have to sacrifice myself, but it's Vale. So it kind of makes sense. You need to do big plays to get rid of Vale.
Yeah. That would have been really funny, actually, but no, not to be, and that's going to be Vale out of it completely, I think, for this game. I don't think there's any more revives going down here. And interesting, this play with 7 and HK, though, is they're taking a far more laid-back approach and playing the edge a lot more in this game than they were yesterday. I mean, so far, might just work here. Yeah, there you go. Sweet Dreams gets taken out. There's nowhere for him to go. But yeah, we're very much used to seeing this team more towards the center. So interesting to see them change that strat up.
Yeah, really good play here coming out from them, able to clear the western edge. I'm seeing so many bolt action eliminations coming through, which, again, casting esports tournaments, Nep, we don't see it. When it comes to long range, you see Mini 14s, maybe sometimes SLRs is quite rare, but like Mini 14 is the go-to weapon. We don't really see these bolt action weapons. And now M24 from I Love Gambling, he got a knock, and actually that's the second knock he just got. And we saw so many orms being used too, which of course you got way more orms on this map than your typical map, because normally you'd only get them in crates. Here you can also get it in Ringjiang and in Lohuaxing in the shop, so you're going to see a lot more of it. But it is very, very satisfying and cool to see that being used, especially on this map that I think is quite fitting for bolt action plays, Net.
It do be indeed. If only somebody would take out the the MG3s, right? Because the MG3s, we've been seeing them shoot people down from quite a distance with those MG3s. Like, you stick a 3 times on that and sheesh, you know? So, I mean, the snipers and the DMRs and everything, they're all good and fine and well, but those MG3s are really packing a punch lately as the play zone starts claiming their victims. So we're going to have to watch very closely. These teams now have no more time. They've got to get out of dodge here. And Mighty Sky, the only one left alive for her team. But again, that blue zone ticking away. And they've got teams on either side of them potentially being dangerous for their crossing here.
Yeah, yeah, not going to be able to go for the revive there on your teammate. That's unfortunate. But you got the car, and you're going to have to go for the crash, but I don't think he's even going to be able to leave the blue zone. He's in a world of trouble. I think he still has, yeah, his 4 wheels are still left untouched. Going into the, oh, no, actually, no, he's drifting a little bit. I think he may have lost one. Actually, no, he hasn't. No, he's still good. Making his way forward. The thing is, he's going wide, but he's still in the blue. He's taking hard with that one. Levino, though, looking to take a 1v2, not quite able to come out successful of that engagement. And Sevu now, as he does lose, Levino will be making his way forward into the circle. There is a rock. Where's he going to go, though? I have no idea. But if he has an emergency cover flare, though, that could keep him alive for way longer, as there are no more buildings in the circle. So any kind of utility you have will be super impactful, as Gaming gets himself another elimination to his name.
Very well played there, and this is kind of the hot drop we were looking for in the beginning, right? Look at that map feed. There's like 3 or 4 different teams all in this one tiny compound, and none of them want to let go because that zone has gone to the ends of the earth. Comparatively, right? You got all that open ground. There's a bit of a no man's land out there. There's not much you can do with it. So the fight is here and now in the cover.
So many players here, and they only have 40 seconds to wrap up this fight. Otherwise, it's going to be engulfed in the blue, and it's phase 6. Like, that is going to tick hard. Unless you have the jammer pack, that could actually be quite helpful. You could survive a little bit longer, maybe just outlive your competition in this compound. But otherwise, it's not going to be too helpful. They're going to have to make their way towards Bamboo, which is so weird to have a location just called Bamboo. Like, I think we could have found other names, but no, it's just Bamboo. As Amir does get knocked down, not sure by who. Munazir, though, just camping out behind that wall, trying to play the long game as the circle is now moving in. 5 seconds. Emergency cover flares are coming on through, and that's going to allow maybe a transition point for Munazir to be built.
It might indeed, and that's some thinking ahead there because you got to do it. The zone is moving in now, and looks like Captain and Naruto, they're going to be able to just get out of dodge. They're on that far side, so technically... Oh, they've left Naruto behind. Okay. I mean, because technically they have the farthest to go, right? But they had the most cover away from the rest of these teams, so they're able to just zoom on by. But interesting, Naruto is left behind, so that seems a little odd. Red Hat gets him in the end with that arm shot, and Loku goes down for Team 19 as well. So it's just Amir left alive, but that's Naruto stolen away before he goes down. GG's, and that's going to be an extra point going their way.
Hey, a point is a point, okay? You know you're going out, just confirm the eliminations while you still can. That is definitely going to be going quite a long way, though. Captain was able to survive. He's the sole survivor of his squad, Team 6, CR7. Be able to make his way through, but here, big emergency cover flares coming out, but not quite in circle. He's got 40 seconds. He has actually a lot of cards. I think one of them is in quite a decent shape, so you could still go for that transition. But look at Lobby and Red Hat. The MG3 boys here, Nep. We've been waiting for the win here today. And it's going to be happening here. I think that it's unlikely that with the MG3 and the Orb, that Lobby and Red Hat just don't get this dub to kick off day 2.
I mean, surely not, right? They've done exactly what they were doing yesterday. They're back at it, top 3, fully up, MG3s in hand, OMS in hand.
So many cover flares.
But Captain has so many. And smokes as well. He looks like he's got that smoke gun as well, so... We'll see. Is it going to be utility or is it going to be just MG3 power and a couple of vehicles besides? We'll see how that works out. But yeah, let's look. It's a 1v2 at the minute. Captain can do it if anybody could. But, you know, when you have those vehicles at play there, does make it difficult to not have that momentum, right? Because those vehicles give you so much forward movement, and Red Hat has spotted him. He's going to go on down. No, he's not. Red Hat gets taken out of the vehicle there, and Captain has reduced it down to a 1v2, or 1v1 rather, but Lobby has that P90 in hand, and that's the difficulty.
Come on, Captain. The 1v2, you know it's possible. Big Molotov there behind the emergency cover flare. Actually, double Molotov there, trying to force him out of his defensive position. Goes for the push. Unfortunately, it is not successful. And the MG3 boys are here to claim the first chicken dinner of the day. GG, well played.
My goodness me. I mean, it was close there for a second. I mean, Star Academy gave them a run for their money. But MG3 boys. GG.
That's what we have to say. MG3 boys.
I mean,
what a good game. It was super well played, strategically speaking, because they just, we get the circle. We already built kind of our fort with the emergency cover flares. We have a rock. We have cars if needed. We have a perfect loadout, also known as having 2 MG3s in your loadout. And they just waited out. They just wait until the other opponent players come and they'll push away by the blue zone. And it's sure they do go for a little above a 1-1 split, which in duos, it's always a bit risky to go for splits because unlike when you're playing squads, you can't just send a 2-2 split separately and go for the revive if one of your players get knocked. But regardless, it's just such a good play in general to make sure you're securing that win or at least putting some damage and making it harder for the opposing team to get the win. So yeah, MG3 boys, again, I forgot their team name to be honest. It's just MG3 boys for me now to get the first win of the day. Well played.
Yeah, very well played indeed. And they weren't far behind that first place podium finish anyway. So, they're looking very, very good. Yeah, they're first now. But the star captain, he was part of the #1 team, CR7, so he comes in second place there. So I don't think he's going to be behind by much, or the team rather is not going to be behind by much after that performance. But now we enter a world where we have double points for eliminations. So the final 2 games means that anybody could come right back up from the bottom and take it for themselves. So we'll have to see how that goes. And yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be quite scary when you have these top fraggers like Varley, you know, coming out, and every 1v2 he takes is technically on paper 1v4 because he's going to get 4 points for those 1v2s. So he's going to go guns blazing in our last 2 matches of the tournament. So yeah, definitely a lot of stuff to keep in mind for our next 2 matches. I think that maybe hot drops also could be happening a lot more because again, the value is there now. So players, especially like Seven, that we know like to take early game fights, might be also tempted to go for even more than a 1v2, maybe a 1v4, maybe a 1v2v2 technically. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm so down for that. Seven, Vale, everybody, they're going to all hot drop Stadium. It would be so nice, actually, if everybody decided that one representative of each duo was actually going to just hot drop in one location. We just have a massive battle at the start. Wouldn't that be so cool?
Everyone hot drop Stadium and your teammate, just have them drop on a respawn beacon and they'll revive you whenever you get eliminated. That's actually quite, I kind of like that.
Hey, if anybody's listening, first game, can we have that, please? Last game, rather. Ooh, leaderboards. Here we go. CR7 still in the lead. Remember, coming into tonight, they had quite a sizable lead. So Bot have definitely moved up and widened that gap between 2nd and 3rd place, but they still have a little bit of a way to go to reach that podium position.
We have to recalculate the points. I don't agree. MG3 boys should be okay. No. CR7 are still going to be in 1st place. They had a massive lead yesterday, right? I think they won 59 points and they were like double-digit points ahead of 2nd place,
it's
which
like
is
59-38 or something like that.
Yeah, a crazy lead to have at that point in time. So at least the gap is closing, making our next 2 games very, very entertaining. As we go into the 2nd page of the leaderboards, the newbies, the Z-Goat, French Monsters, Mr. Janika. A lot of players and teams are going to be down below. But again, double points for the eliminations. That means that again, comeback could be possible. Making in top 5 is definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. It's just very unlikely. But who knows? We could see one of the biggest comebacks ever in PUBG Mobile history.
We could.
That's a big setup.
I mean, I'd be super down for that. It'd make it very, very exciting. And with only 2 games to go, I think that'd be pretty cool. But you know what else is pretty cool?
What?
It's the map that we've all been talking about and playing for weeks now. It's Rondo. And I love Rondo. So I want to talk about Rondo now, Max.
You want to talk about Rondo?
I want to, but maybe in a little bit. You know what? I'll hold my horses just for a second.
I was going to say, like, where are you going with
I wanna, but I'll hold my horses. You go ahead. Let's talk a little bit more about the game. But
I'll be talking about Rondo. It's my turn today, by the way. So
is it your turn?
It is my turn.
You know what? You'll be talking. You know what?
Don't
listen to me, guys. Don't listen to me.
Nipto's always like, oh, someone's telling me my headset and can't even read what's happening on the bloody screen. That's it. We have
I tried.
That's Niptura for you right there. But no, actually, I'd like to ask the chat real quick because the chat is very active, telling who they're supporting. I'm seeing a lot of Captain, Naruto, Sevier, and Levino. A lot of people just supporting almost everyone in the chat. So yeah, chat, tell us, what is your favorite feature in Rondo? Do you have the emergency cover flares, you have, the new cars with the Pico bus, you have yourself the pickaxe, like the terraforming feature. Tell us, what is your favorite feature in Rondo? I would love to know. Please do tell us. Though going into this now, are we going to be seeing maybe a change of pace in, you think, for our top squad? Because again, 2 games left, not a lot of room to maybe build a bit of a lead for yourself. Like, I think CR7 might be like, oh, if you can get rid of the MG3 boys early on and not let them get the MG3, that could be a really good game plan if they are willing to go that far.
I honestly, I would like to see something happen that is changing, a little bit of adaptability in the other teams, maybe. For the teams that it's working for, like CR7, like the MG3 boys, I wouldn't change anything, but the other teams now have to kind of start thinking about what they want to do to get in that top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very entertaining to see how our next 2 games go. But with that said, guys, if you don't know, and if you don't know, like, what the hell are you doing on this broadcast? You're not paying attention, because Rondo is the newest big addition in PUBG Mobile in update 3.6 or 7. I don't remember which update. There's so many updates now, I don't even remember. But this new current update, Rondo was added, and again, one of the biggest breaths of fresh air, in my opinion, in recent history for PUBG Mobile. I remember the last time I got so excited about the game was like Miramar Edition, and having a new 8x8 map just hyper competitive, so many brand new features, is truly, truly amazing to witness and to play, especially with the Golden Dynasty mode. So right now, if you have nothing else to do after the broadcast, please do go in-game. You might encounter me and Niptura, and you can eliminate us, which is quite easy to do. So with that said, guys, check out this promo video for Rondo, and please stick around for our second match of the day coming up very soon. Everything there was accurate except for the taser gun. No one's going to use that. no one's going to. I mean, except to troll.
Yeah.
I was. You know what? My first experience using that gun was shooting on the turret with it. I was like, "Is there friendly fire on this weapon?" To troll them? No, there isn't. But it would have been cool.
Yeah, he tried. And then I tried using it, and it's basically a shotgun in that it works for everybody else except for me. So I died basically immediately trying to use that. So that didn't work either. So I won't be using it, but that's just because I'm bad at the game.
Never truer words were spoken. So that's very on point, very accurate. But no, with that said, prediction time for us to see who's going to be taking our second match of the day. Who are you going to be picking, Nep?
Do I go with the MG3 boys?
I was going to pick them, but they just got to win. Like, I got to give them a break. I'll predict them for match 3, but not for this second one. And chat also, tell us who you picking.
7 and HK. I'll go with them.
Ooh, 7 and HK. Okay. I mean, that could definitely be interesting. I'm going to go for... who am I going to be picking for this one? I'm looking for Vale on my list right now. I forgot the team name.
I thought about going with them as well,
I'm struggling with the team name sometimes. Where is he? Where is my boy? Ah, there you go. YouTube Vale. Oh, yeah, the YouTube in front. I was lost. The GOATs. Okay, the greatest of all time. That's going to be my prediction for this game. So Vale and Orco20. And I think that they could be going strongly with this game. And with that said... I'm hearing right now, well, I'm not hearing, I'm reading, okay, I'm not faking it like Nep, that we are ready to jump into our second game of the day. So get ready, get nice and comfy, get yourself your favorite beverage and some popcorn because we're going to have a lot of great action as we only have one plane path, meaning it's going to be stacked over in test track. Hell yeah.
Neox Factory? Come on, guys. Come on, don't let us down. Come on, you know you wanna. Go hot dropping. I know at least 2 people on this map who want to hot drop, but we'll see how it goes. Right now, they are allowed to leave the plane starting now, and we're already seeing a couple of droppers going through. But just some solos, potentially. It's looking like a little bit. No, we're not. No, dang it. Our plan is not coming to fruition, Max.
No. Our plans have been foiled. No, Jadina said he's going to have people, though. Lotex is going to be going there with their teammate. By the way... Chat, big ups to you guys on catching on to the MG3 boys. Like, it seems like people are using it as their actual team name, which I love that. Thank you, chat. You guys are amazing. I really, really appreciate it.
That's so good. Oh my god, yeah, they are, aren't they? Ah, I love it.
I don't know. I'm going to ask production. I don't think it's possible. But if it is, and if they're listening right now, can we change their name from bot to MG3 boys on the leaderboards? If we can do that...
That'd be so fun.
I would, even on this graphic, even on the map feed, I would love it if we could do that, make it official.
Literally.
Okay? I don't care if the players would allow it or not. Like, it's their name.
I literally don't care, yeah.
We don't want to be called that. We love bot. Don't care.
Don't care. You're MG3 boys. We didn't make the rules. Sorry.
The only name I would maybe allow them to have is Ringjang boys or the Orm boys. That also works.
Yeah, anything but their actual name, honestly.
Look at how many players are west of test track, though. Damn. So many people.
Oh, okay. What why? Why is that the hot
They're doing the strat that you said. Everyone's hot dropping and the solo's just going to revive them after the fight.
Yeah, but why is it there? That's such a weird drop. Okay.
The plane path
I'm looking forward to it.
Only having one plane, I think a lot of people just wanted to head west. And unfortunately, they're just all in one city. 3 teams actually in this city right now. With Mercy and Isle of Gambling especially. We know Isle of Gambling is quite good with the long-range weaponry, but short-range, I haven't seen him be too successful. So maybe this is a fight to kind of delay until you get that Kar 98 with an A-Tech scope.
With a Kar 98, yeah, absolutely.
That's also
Let's
a
see, though.
Kalaris jingle, though. I
Is
swear,
it?
all the jingles that I use on the broadcast, by the way, guys, except for maybe like 1 or 2, but most of them come from Kalaris. He's like the jingle master in every tournament I've done, and I just steal them.
Yeah, and so now I've stolen them from Max, so you're welcome, Kalaris.
Secondhand stealing.
That's secondhand stealing, yeah. But do I steal if it wasn't yours to begin with, you know?
Yeah.
That's the question. Ah, tree! Cappy tree. Be careful. Merci. You have to, oh, and there's a surprise person in your building right now. Get him out of here. There he goes. Cappy does go on down there. The S12 not going to be worth it against the UMP, and now they're just steamrolling through to the next one.
Yeah, but look at Noblesse on the other side of the road, already looking to approach this respawn beacon. So that they're going to be brought back to life pretty much right now. So that is not going to be the end of them. They'll be back very, very quickly. And looking to maybe re-engage on third party this engagement between Team 16 and 22. So definitely a lot of action coming our way. As we do see in the picture-in-picture, Baba is there, I believe, in a 1v2 or 1v1. I don't know if his teammate's there, of Donya. And here looking at the main pick feed. We do have Mercy just getting completely obliterated. Lilifo will get knocked, but that's fine because Manaze will be going for the res.
Nicely done there. GG's all the way around. But yeah, we already got that revive, rather. I couldn't remember the word there for a second. We got that revive already down. Cappy is on the ground and looting back up. And we do see a third team, or rather a fourth team, entering the arena. And we might see some different stuff coming in from them, but we shall see.
Okay, Sevu. Big nade. Oh, that through that little window there. I think it's going to do a bit of damage. Yeah, mid down to about 50% HP. Doing some heavy lifting there with the utility. I saw a few of the comments of the people saying their favorite feature. Seems like it's pretty well liked. A lot of people enjoying it. So glad to see you guys having a good time on Rondo. 12k, M249 though. Only a tier 1 helmet and vest for Sevu. Not quite optimal, though. I don't think Levino is here, so if this is his first death, Sevu could be brought back quite quickly, so I think it's worth taking a fight. If you get a 1v2, you know, at this point, that's 4 points for the entire squad wipe, so might as well take your chances.
Especially when you got that kind of angle, right? I mean, they don't know you're there at this point. They're acting like they know there's somebody, but somebody not next to them. I don't think they know Sevu is actually here. And unfortunately for Sevu, he doesn't really have an angle unless he opens that door and starts making some noise. He doesn't really have an angle. He's got no utility to use. So it's kind of just a wait.
No.
Okay. No. That's unfortunate.
Was he driving too fast and he jumped out, or maybe just a cliff? There aren't that many cliffs on this map, so actually falling off a high place and getting knocked is quite unlikely. Unless you're on the rooftop, but here you go, Sevu going to be pushed up. Then right through the door there, and Sevu gets it done. The door actually is not there. So he's able to get a lot of information with third-person perspective. Can he get the flush? No, just sees his feet for a second, gets a little bit of damage done. Sevu, no meds actually I can see in his loadout, so he's going to have to work with what he has available HP-wise. And Loku's like, yep, not going to go for the res. I'm just going to go somewhere else and go for the respawn beacon, which, to be fair, it's risk-free. And I think that that's a really good approach from Loku.
Was that the EMP zone that hit just there?
It was. Did it just shut down his car?
No.
Oh.
That's what I'm confused about.
I think it keeps momentum, but it takes a little while for it to slow down.
Okay.
It's not like, instant stop.
I see. Because that would be rough, right? I mean, if you're trying to make your getaway and then it stops, I mean, that's just not right.
That's so funny. It's just like, I'm escaping. Yes, I've done it. EMP zone. No.
Yeah, just shut down completely. That'd be crazy. But you know what else is crazy is these two. Kopje and Chocoholic, Janica and Caleb. In this relatively small compound just outside of zone. They've got time. They've got 4 whole minutes until stage 2 is on them. So I don't think they really need to worry too much here. They can kind of spend as long as they like, as long as they don't get other teams going past them.
Actually, not a bad angle from Chocoholic. On this little wall side, it's quite good. You've got decent cover. I think that it's not a spot you're going to be scouting quickly. Quite unpredictable. Ultra gets headshot here by 7. And that is maybe going to be GG unless, again, HK goes for... wait, no, actually, wait, I'm mixing up the names. Ultra, no, maybe Million will be able to go for the res. We'll see if he was squad wiped or if it was just a singular player. Sevu here, still in the same area. He's going to be spotted out maybe by 7. I think he sees that a fight happened over here. But not quite interested. He's like, you know what? I'll just move on to different ventures and hope to get 20 billion eliminations. That's what he's going for.
Heck yeah. I mean, isn't that's what I would go for if I had double elim points? That's what I would do. I mean, he's already got 4 on the belt at the minute, and HK's nowhere to be seen, so they're going back to that OG strat they had. And let's see. Oh, but he knows Sevu is right there in the doorway, and Seven's just itching for that with the 6 times an M4. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, that jump out. Really testing it.
Yeah, I mean, knowing Sevu, he's more of a... I mean, Sevu and Livino are quite passive as players. I've been able to see throughout yesterday's games. So if they can avoid the confrontation, they definitely will. But again, the same point I made earlier, which is Livino is not here. If Sevu does get knocked, I think the res can still come through until phase 4. So you can take risk if you want. You can take a little bit of a risk and you won't lose too much for that.
Very true indeed, and especially when they're still so early in the game, right? We've seen a lot of action for the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, but still 2 minutes until stage 2 pops up, and then we still got stages 2 and 3 before that res stops becoming available. So they got plenty of time here. As you see, pretty even split actually amongst everybody here. Not really anybody outside of zone 1 or 2 maybe, but everybody's kind of got their own spot.
We can see HK camping the northwestern respawn beacon. He's just waiting for that fight to break out, and then he's just going to pull the trigger to get his teammate back in. Even kind of Night Queen are a little bit split over to the west, so got to be careful because you're going to be having some people leaving the edges of the circle pretty soon, as phase 2 should be popping in just about a minute's worth of time. And this one actually of Chocoholic and Copiacole is just not happening. It seems like the opposing squad has just left the entire the proximity of this compound. So they're just looking to exit and get into the circle itself, which means actually with their current position means that Chocoholic and Copiacole are kind of going to be funneled in their direction. So maybe the game plan is we're not going to be pushing ourselves. We're just going to reposition, get in the circle and wait for them to come our way and just set up a little bit of a sneaky trap, which could be working quite nicely against them if, again, the information is denied the entire time.
Well, let's see. 30 seconds still until we see that zone. I mean, I think we've kind of got the idea of what the zone does, right? Zone 1 and 2, very basic, very central, very easy. Stage 3 is where it can start to get really hairy for these teams. So there's no way for these teams to really have an idea of where that zone's going to go. And you're not even really going to see, you know, teams kind of center up or play edge predominantly. I think everybody's just got to try and find a good spot and hope for the best, as Seven is immediately smoking up that pathway to the vehicle he wants out of here. He is not ready to go out just yet.
He's going to be holding strongly. I've seen an EMP zone happening northwest onto Sweet Dreams and also HK. That can be quite problematic, especially for the car of like Sweet Dreams that are just driving by. Hopefully he's not going to be stopped because of it. Lotex and their teammate also still in Jadina City, looking to go for a late exit. It seems, but this circle, I'm already looking at this circle, unless you have a big shift happening on big POIs, like maybe even test track. I think it's going to be, again, quite a flat finish, which you have quite a few of those on Rondo. It's definitely a lot more flat than other maps you have. So again, we talked about emergency cover flares. It's going to be of the essence. I think we had 15, 16 cover flares. I don't even know what to call them, but like the pillar things that were on the late game circle last game. So people are definitely holding on to a ton of them just in case.
I mean, we've seen so many uses of them. It'd be a good idea to do so. Oh, I love what we're seeing here. The double JS9, though, coming in from Team 20, Chocoholic and Copier. And Janica and Caleb seem to have gone for the more well-known approach of the M4, right? But let's see, 1v2, or 2v2 rather. But the zone is pushing in, or has pushed in rather. So it is kind of a time-sensitive fight, and at the minute, Team 14 are kind of on the advantageous side.
Ready a shot? Wait, oh, Shark! No, he drove himself over. He jumped out too quickly of the car. That's a feels bad man moment. Quite unfortunate to see that happen. Though back to this fight, yeah, actually I kind of like what they're doing. It's exactly what I talked about earlier, right? They're just getting into the circle, waiting for the opposing team of Copiacole and Chocoholic to get funneled in their overall direction. But I kind of feel like sometimes Copycole is staying back, and he's just letting Chocoholic actively scout. He's just like getting the information where they are, and I'll carry it. As Chocoholic does unfortunately get knocked, gets the information over to Copycole. He does get a lot of damage done, gets the knock to Mr. Caleb. Though, the blue zone is going to be taking a little bit. No jammer pack, it seems. Can he get that 2 points for this one elimination, though, as Janika is looking to get involved also?
Oh, he's really going for the 1v2 here. Not going to try. He doesn't really have time. I think he's feeling pressured. He doesn't have time to get the revive or even the finish going.
For the res.
He's not even healing. He's trying to heal as much as he can, but yeah, he needs to make sure they don't get that res, but it might just be a reset here. I don't think that's the wisest option, considering the zone is continuing to move further and further away, but that's just me. But we'll see.
Yeah, they will be able to get themselves the res on Chocoholic, but only 6 bandages right now for Copycole. Not sure how many Chocoholic has. But you got to wrap up this fight quickly because the blue zone is actively moving away from you. You're going to go into phase 3 in about 30 seconds worth of time. And I don't think they have cars too right now, but at least I can't see any. So without a car doing that rotation by foot, where everyone is already pretty much in circle, you're going to have a real bad time to make it in the play zone itself. Chocoholic, again, trying to go for a little bit of a wider angle and get that strong into it. I was kind of interested that we didn't see anyone go for this more western edge to get the angle, as Caleb, again, getting knocked on down by Chocoholic with the JS9, and that's an instant flush, as Janika is now going to be left in a 1v2 scenario.
It is indeed. So that is going to be those points going over to them in the end. But 1900 meters, stage 3, I'm thinking, has had a little bit of a hard shift now. So those teams on the edge are hurting bad.
I was going to say, wait, these aren't the MG3 boys. It's Million Gaming and Ultra, as unfortunately Million Gaming's will be wrapping up his fight in this compound, in this city. Not sure if his teammate was still alive. Actually, I don't know. Did Ultra get eliminated, or is he still up and about? I'm not sure.
Well, we can look. Ultra's still around.
Yeah, southeast. He's near Tu Ling for you guys as you're looking at the map feed. So the res actually is still available for just a minute or so. So he's got to be quick because, again, phase 4 is the cutoff point for the revive. Here's the revive coming on through. When it comes to circle, though, near test track, once again, we've had quite a few of those. I'm actually wondering here, I don't know what you would do, Neb, in this situation, but the elevated road of test track is still in play, scouting-wise. I think that could be really solid if a team up north decides to go for that quick rotation. That could be really good for info gathering.
It could be. It's just very open up there. So I would be so worried of getting headshot from some angle unbeknownst to me. But yeah, it's definitely got its advantages as well. So I'll be interested to see if anybody does go for that play. And we'll see, I suppose, fairly shortly. Time will tell. And Red Hat back on it with the man. Shark goes down. Is that going to be a finish? We'll have to see. But dang, he's good with those headshots.
He'd be like that. I mean, 8 times scope with the Orm. So all you need. Oh, Shark going to be confirmed.
Molotov.
Well, not confirmed, knocked, but then confirmed. There you go, with the MG3. That's
MG3, boys.
Things
Let's
are
go.
looking pretty good for Red Hat and Lobby. And even the P90 that's been added to the mix. So it seems like we have 2 MG3s, 1 P90, 1 Orm. So they're kind of covering all their bases of like mid, long, short range kind of fights. Big shot coming on from Red Hat with the 6x scope. Actually, no A times scope this time around. But will not be getting that knock as Janika falls to their doom. And
well done, you two.
no, this is how cars are made.
Done.
I got it out.
There we
Nice.
go. For goodness sake.
That's like my kind of driving. That's how I do it.
Yeah, I was about to say, we know that all too well, don't we? Oh, interesting. They've put some emergency cover flares down. They look like they're setting up shop here.
I think they're pretty sent on the circle. I didn't quite check, but I think they're looking pretty good position-wise. So yeah, might as well put the emergency cover flare down. Thing is, now that people are going to see the emergency cover flare, they know 100% someone is there. There's not going to be ifs or buts about it. They know a team is there, so if they want to get a strong angle against them, or maybe even just fully crash, they will be ready for an altercation down the line. Noblesse and Cappy, get himself a cheeky little car. Good job.
Nice. Excellent work there. Oh, under heavy fire over here, Danya and Baba. They're on the edge of the zone, right? Not the edge of glory, unfortunately. It looks like Pepito and crew. Oh,
Naruto.
Really giving him what for, but they are in zone, so this is definitely something they've got to stay and fight.
Naruto and company are going to be looking pretty solid for this game. I mean, the thing is, CR7 are currently in first place. Rotation-wise, they're always getting towards the late game. They're always so good when it comes to the macro aspect of Rondo. I'm really enjoying the gameplay so far. As though you can see in the picture-in-picture, a lot of action currently unfolding. As though we are seeing Amir from Team 19 looking for the push. Gets one, confirms the second, and that is going to be an extra 4 points on board for the lads of Team GT.
Very nice indeed. What I'd love to see, though, is we still have 15 teams left alive in this tiny zone. So that's going to be super fun. The chaos is just about to begin here.
Seems like it. Here you go, over to Noblesse, and did get the res onto Kapi a little bit earlier on in the game during a hot drop. Though during this fight, they're encountering the MG3 boys, which again is not something you want to see happen for yourself. Do you have a bit of shotgun action here, though? So if they're able to catch them when they're not paying too much attention, maybe that could be the knock, but no. Lobby with the P90 is going to be doing quick work of his competition. As Kapi, though, comes around swinging. Did he just get himself a 1v2 against the MG3 boys? That is madness coming out from Kapi, and that is going to be looking grand for them. 4 points on board. GG well play, Kapi, as they also go for the revive on their teammate. Unbelievable stuff here. As though, actually, wait, how the hell did Naruto get eliminated? He did not catch that, but he is completely out of the match. No revive this time around. But, damn, madness. Anyways, MG3 boys here, Nep. They're done for the count.
Oof, that's rough.
Down for the
Unfortunate.
count. That's the sentence.
Down for the count?
Not
yeah,
done
down for the count. There you go.
I mean, both. They're done and also down for the count, so it kind of works. I'm inventing...
They're back to the lobby for the count.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't go with them as my prediction then, that's for sure. Donya coming in, or going out, rather, in the Elim feed. Yeah, there they go. Oh, a nice nade from Captain onto Ultra there. Might get a couple of dirty looks from chat, but you know what? A nade is a nade, right? And there's going to be a follow-up nade right there as well. Just trying to make sure nothing happens. But Akko in the back there could make things very difficult for Star Captain if he's not careful. I don't think he knows that Akko's there. And that's the S12K coming in now, as Million Gaming is not looking for that res. He's looking for that assault.
Yeah, you know that Orca and Vale want a piece of the pie. They want to get every single elimination in this warehouse as they can. So Captain here, I think understood, oh wait, there's actually more action coming our way. So we're just going to move back a little bit. Actually, is he going to be able to get the res on Ultra here, because Captain has been trying to reposition? I'm not too sure. They're over to another fight of Manazir and Lily Fowl. Get an instant elimination towards this shed, which is actually pretty decently positioned in the circle, as we are seeing phase 5 coming up very soon. They did get the res onto Ultra, and Million Gaming comes out on top. That is going to be the res and an extra 2 points coming their way.
JS9 for the win, that's all I can say. But here's my prediction. I've cursed them, it seems. Seven's looking a little worse for wear. HK's low. They don't have any opportunity to do any revives here. And now Pepito is just trying to move in with that vehicle. Do some big work here. Yeah, that's going to be them done and dusted. Sorry about that, boys. You're going on out, and with a lower game score than we normally see from them.
I love that car skin. Why is it? It's not a BMW, is it? Or Volkswagen. It's Volkswagen. There you go. That was
it's a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, I love that skin. I kind of wish I got it, but I didn't pull the trigger when it was up. But look, it's so funny in the distance.
It's so cute.
Does it have a funny horn? I was gonna say, like, if so, that's peak.
I think it's got one of those old horns. I really hope it does.
I would love it. That would be amazing.
Aruga.
What?
You know, I heard that like the cartoon car horn. Aruga. Right, look it up after stream. Look it up.
Guys, can I get some Niptura cringe in the chat, please? Thank you very much.
Hey, yo, can we get Max cringe for not understanding the reference? Come on, guys. Come on.
Okay, well, we'll see who chat wants to support. With that said, looking for the rotate. Valet and Orco 20 looking to make their very own transition in this circle. As again, very flat terrain. Emergency cover flares, if you have it, are going to be of the essence of the hour. Zasuro going for a little bit of a wider rotate here, just looking to scout with the car, while Pepito got to be careful there as you leave the buildings. Utila TV could get a very easy shot with a 3x on the M4 and a Kar 98 too. Gets up though, looking for the one-on-one fight versus Pepito. Oh, Pepito sees him. Okay, he has the information now. Going for the spray down, and Pepito wins it. When again, he was caught off by surprise and gets those 2 eliminations. Zasio coming in like, what the hell happened here? But that's 2 points on board, so GG well played, guys.
That's rough that was on stream. I'm not gonna lie, but
feels
Cappy now
bad.
coming in. Yeah, coming in with that long range. We've seen him do it before. Can he do it again? Oh, getting that damage. Really putting that pressure on.
Someone said in the chat, the main villain, Vale.
So true.
He's kind of the villain of the lobby right now. He's kind of building a reputation as Bots of Slayer and Lotex. Again, the team that did drop in Jadina City, so loot-wise, they should be pretty damn stacked. Are looking to make their approach. Grenade coming on through. Not going to be able to knock Vale again, but he was rezzed up by Orko 20. Now they close that range over in the warehouse, but the blue zone is here, meaning you have to wrap up this fight quickly. Vale going to get knocked once more. Down to the 1v1 of Orko, though. Can he carry this fight? Yes, he can, as Lotex falls down and will get flushed out. Though it's phase 6, meaning that res on Vale is just not going to happen. Orko, you need to rush for the circle. And even then, I think that there's no way he survives when Bots of Slayer is just waiting for you in the wings.
Yeah, literally. I mean, he's literally waiting for them to come out here. I mean, I think maybe that cover flare might give away the game a little bit here, but look how open the zone is, Max. There's no way that these teams are going to have an easy time of it. 5 teams left alive, 7 players rather remaining, as Akko does go out there. 5th place is what they're going to have to be happy with. That blue zone just too strong for them.
Yeah. I mean, denied 2 points, right? So actually maybe not a bad idea coming on through, but Nep, say it with me. Emergency cover flare.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That was perfect, guys. That was
so good.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
Again, like in this finish is going to be crazy if you grab a few for yourself. Good initial knockdown from Zasuro. And they are currently the only team in the circle. Team 7, Zygote. Makes me think of Blackbeard's laugh in One Piece. But they're going to be looking pretty good for Pipito and Zasuro. Already up to 4 eliminations for Pipito. So him alone racked up 8 points for his team, which is kind of mad to think about. And looking at also Manaze and Lily Foe here, Nep, they have to leave this warehouse. They become so predictable. They're still trying to kind of get rid of as many players as possible to facilitate that transition down the line.
They are indeed. They're going for that wide wrap as well, leaving Team 16 in the dust here. Oh, now the pressure really is all on Team 16 here, because they should have been in zone a while ago, and now you've got Cappy and crew moving in to a really good spot here. And Team 7, they're the ones inside zone. They're the defenders here, and they've got a good spot as well. But I kind of almost like teammates better.
Oh, they're actually going to be in a bit of a sandwich situation here. Manaze and Lifo coming in from behind, and that's going to be actually the end of the middling team. GG, well played. 2 more eliminations, actually 8 points technically for Manaze and Lifo that have been, I would say, slowly ramping up their gameplay ever since yesterday. But though, looking at Pepito and Zasuro, they do have a little bit of a wide 1-1 split. Manaze does get confirmed, meaning that here, this tree that is for Lifo is not going to be optimal cover, which I do think means they are going to try and race their way in the circle towards that rock if possible, and they do make it to another tree. And with the utility in hand, are they going to nade that rock? That could be massive from Lilifo if it hits.
Oh, yeah, it does. Tickles him just a little bit, but I think that nade's even better. No, it's not. Doesn't do any damage. That's confusing, but there we go. It's the second one that does the job, and Zasuro will get the final E-live for 2 more points to add to their total score for that win.
Yeah, really good finish here coming on through. I mean, I think that we had some good transitions from a lot of the teams and a great understanding of like what fights make sense and don't make sense, especially in the mid game with some of those 1v2 scenarios. But no, really solid game here. But Pepito and Zasuro, we were going to get a win from them eventually here, Nep, and it was finally meant to be here on the 5th match of the Legends Rise Rondo tournament. So GG, well played to them. And unfortunately, not as many emergency cover flares as I would have liked to see in that finish.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's not meant to be every game, so that's fine.
Yeah, we had a lot more fights. We had a lot more hot drops. So I suppose we might have to just trade one for the other, you know. But yeah, that was a very well played game. I really like what ended up being the second place team ended up doing, right? Team 16, I think it was, that ended up coming up behind the third place team. I can't remember names right now, but they went around and they actually turned a bad situation into a really good one and got 4 more points and a second place out of it. So a really good job there from them as well. So yeah, nicely played from all these teams, I think.
I'm very excited to see what the leaderboards are going to look like after this game, because again, those 2 points per elimination are going to be racking up quite quickly for some of our top fraggers of this lobby. I like the comment from Doctor in the chat saying, finally, the MG3 boys ain't making trouble. And that's
just
true.
saw that.
They were taken out early, which just gave other people a chance to get some eliminations in this game. So it's true. No more trouble for them, but I'm sure they're going to be the troublemakers in our final match of the tournament. But no, I'm actually very excited to see who's going to be coming out on top in our last game that will be in just a few minutes worth of time. As CR7 here, still standing strong. Not too many points scored this time around, I believe. Still standing just barely above the 70-point marker. And the gap is not closing too much, unfortunately, for Team Bot, also known as the MG3 boys. But SOM, actually, the team you just talked about, right, of Manazir and Elifo, that have been ramping up significantly, are now just 1 point away second place. And actually, they could reach first place if they have a pop-off game in our next match.
Yeah, they absolutely could do. And you saw kind of all the way down to 10th place. It's really ramped up. There's a lot of teams very, very close to each other. So we've kind of left behind that really, really close gap that we had got over the last couple of games. So nicely played, again, from all the teams to actually build up those points and close that gap.
Yeah, I think for SOM and the MG3 boys, though, we need to see minimum a top 3 if you want to compete with CR7, because again, Captain and Naruto, they might not always get the win, but they always get to that late game scenario, which means you're getting consistent points on the board, and that is really a big issue when you're trying to play catch up. So again, we mentioned it, we haven't seen it. It's very entertaining because in esports tournaments you don't see it too much, but I do want to bring up the prospect of, hot drops. Are we going to see that happening?
Yes.
Because
please?
If you just want to get rid of your competition right now, that could be an easy way to do so. It's risky. Again, it's like 50-50. It could work. It could fail. But it's something to keep in mind that you could be putting a target on your back by currently being in the podium position.
Yeah, you could. Absolutely. It's all strategy, isn't it? And strategy is there's always these little bits and pieces, these different balances, and that's what's so cool. When you're talking about all the hype coming into the next game and everything, I think, the new map and everything, right? And it's always so much fun because not only do you have a new map with new terrain, it means new strategies, new this, new that, new little tweaks and everything. And you know what? As a coach, that's what I love to see. That's what I love to hear. So, been really fun so far to watch these games come through. But I think it's almost time for a little bit of a video that we're going to be seeing in a second, and I have to introduce it now because it's very, very cool.
It's not now, though. It's in
Why am I early?
2 minutes. Give it 2 minutes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
What has happened? She's sick, guys. Don't worry about it.
I am sick.
Give her a little bit of time today. But no, actually, I wanted to ask the chat because I think we got 3 main squads here that we're looking to take home the title, take home the lion's share of the 10,000 USD prize pool. It's going to be SOM. You're going to be having CR7 currently in first place, and you're going to have the MG3 boys, right? And I kind of want to ask the chat right now. There might be like another team who just comes out of nowhere and just wins the whole thing. But realistically, out of those 3 teams, chat, and also UNEP, I want to know, who are we thinking is going to become the champions here of the Legends Rise Rondo 2025 tournament? Nep, who do you have on your bingo board?
It's so hard because we only have 1 game left, and I keep forgetting that, right? Because we've got so many good teams, and yeah, like you're right. We've only got a couple of teams that are like really going to probably get that first place spot. I don't know. I think that CR7 have done such a good job maintaining that I think for 1 more game they should be able to do it.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go for the MG3 boys on this one. I think that after that last game, it didn't quite work out the way they wanted. So I think they're going to go guns blasting in this final match and just take the whole thing. So yeah, again, hot drops could be happening. But I think they're definitely going to be the main competition for this next game. So definitely keep your eyes out for the MG3 boys. But I got to say, when it comes to teams that I think impressed me the most, I have to give it really to SOM, Manazir, and Lidifo. Like they again, compared from yesterday, game 1 to now, they've ramped up their gameplay significantly. Smart rotations, really good team fighting, like not doing that old 1-1 split that we've seen happening since game 1, right? Like HK and 7. Like they're sticking together and they're taking, I think, very, very smart fights that then enable them to occupy good positions in the circle itself. So for that alone, I got to say my analyst brain says that's a good team. And if they win it, I would be super, super happy for them. Though I do think now it might actually, no, I got debated. I thought it was time for you to talk about something, but no, it's not.
No, it's what I think we were talking about as well there, right? Is specifically like the MG3 boys, they went out a little bit earlier than they would have liked, and we do have double elims again for this last game, right? So 2 points per elim. So this is really MG3 boys' chance to shine. I love that we're just calling them that, but it's their chance to shine now. They've got they went out a little bit earlier than they would have liked, and now it's time to really bring the heat in this final game, because right now it's kind of do or die, literally.
I forgot to check the leaderboards if they were renamed to MG3 boys. Were they? I did not see. Were they renamed?
I didn't see. I don't think they were.
I did not see that. Ah, I feel bad. I should have paid more attention. I was not looking
where's
at
the chat?
names.
Hang on, we can go back and stream.
Yeah, we have to check if it happened or not. But with that said, though, I got to say, Golden Dynasty, pretty cool mode, Nep. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's very cool. Well, you know what my favorite bit about it is that the knife, the Centaur, the golden Centaur, because it makes you invincible for a little while. And it's so cool. You can take that once you're in the mode, take it with you for the entirety of the game, and you end up being invincible for a little bit. So it's a really, really cool feature. It's cool looking, cool sounding. It's like scissors, definitely, sure.
One-bladed scissor.
Yeah, but and then you also have a lot of other cool features like a armor repair statue as well that you can take with you in the middle of the game. The camels are very cool as well. So it's just a really, really fun mode. We've been having a great time from it. But you know what? If you're not going to take my word for it, you should watch this video coming up to see what it's really all about.
We're fading into the game.
That's
Match
not
3.
game.
That's not game. You were dancing right there. You were. Oh, what was that?
I was excited because I'm getting into game. That was my get into game dance, and I got absolutely just exposed there. Thanks for that, guys. Appreciate it. But here we go, into game. Ahem.
So bot
No
are still
worries.
called bot. I just saw.
Bot are still called bot. That's sad. I'm sad now, but that's okay because we can just ignore it and call them what we like, so that's all right. But are we really going to be seeing any hot drops coming in? That is what I want to know. It's the final game, Max.
It is going to be our final game. After this, we shall be crowning our first Legends Rise Rondo champions, and they'll be taking home $3.5 thousand. And our teams in top 5 will be also getting a portion of that 10,000 USD prize pool. And our top fragger also will be taking home, I think it's $500 for themselves. Actually, that's also an interesting question for chat and also for us, Neb. Who will be the top fragger? I'm not even sure if we're going to have a graphic to show who that is, but that would be sick to know, because that would, I think that we got a few people that are currently competing for that title.
Oh, I think we got a few people competing for Lalton, maybe? Looks like there might be a couple of teams hot dropping over into the center of this new zone that we got going on. And Vale is doing volley stuff. He's going for it. He's got that S12 in hand. Has the one, has the second. Savvy goes straight on down. That is a solo as well. So that's going to be them. Got ripped. And back to the lobby. There we go. So GG's. And let's see what the rest of them have in store. Akko is on his own, though, because it looks like his teammate is up against the Vasa boys, Sevu and Levinho. He's right in the middle of them, so we'll see how that goes as well.
You didn't pop off and say, Vatle! You know, so what we have to do.
Yeah, because he's not done the epic stuff yet, right?
Okay. You're very demanding.
Yeah. He got 6 games, 6 elims on his own last game, you know? I'm not going to go volley for the first one now. You set the bar too high, man.
I've seen you get so many games where you get 0 points, okay? What? Oh, you're so...
I said he set the bar high.
You're being so critical. Oh, my God. Ew.
All right. This guy.
Can't believe
this
it.
guy.
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful. Noblesse, their little flower crown. Oh, kind of cool.
Aw, it's very kawaii.
very spring. Is it spring actually? What is it still winter? I always forget. I'm
No,
bad
it's the
with
first day of
season.
spring, right? It's the 21st of March. That's March.
Where's
That's
the
spring.
23rd? Happy spring, everybody!
Happy spring! Woo!
Yeah, do normal people say happy spring? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I've always thought it of a thing.
Merry
but
spring.
It's Merry spring, yeah. Merry almost April.
Happy flower season, guys.
Happy allergy season.
Oh, are you allergic?
Hay fever, yeah.
Oh no.
Not bad, but like very sneezy.
Well, I'm not, so get wrecked. Anyways.
But anyway,
Every time
we have a
when
knocked player.
me and Nep, when we're playing games and we have like a field finish, we're like sneaking in the hay, and she's like, we're sneezing and giving our position away. It's horrible.
It's true, yeah. It's a real problem because I'm doing my sneaky off ankle plays with my sniper, and then I go achoo. Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So yeah.
But here we go though, looking at Pepito, and I kind of want to say also Pepito with an accent if he starts popping off. We had this old French ad for Biscuit, which is called Pepito, and it would always get at the end like "Ay,
Oh, yeah.
Pepito," and I always want to say that when I see him play. If we
Ay,
see a sick
Pepito.
play from it, I'll incorporate it in the play-by-play, in the casting. We'll have it.
You do that. That sounds good to me.
Thank you.
In the meantime, Max
Yes.
Amanda,
Wait, what?
there's not been many fights going on. Everybody's being very chill for this last game.
Yeah, we're just talking about random stuff, guys, while nothing is happening. Okay, we kind of
Yeah,
set
literally.
we kind of set up the whole picture of how this game is going to go down. Like, who are we looking at? Who's going to be getting the MG3? Who's going to be looking to get the win? Again, SOM, MG3 boys, and CR7. And who's going to be our top fragger? Actually, yeah. Did you have? Did you say a pick for your top fragger of the tournament or not?
No, I didn't actually. It's got to be Vale at this point, right?
I do also want to say Vale. I think Naruto. I think it's between Vale and Naruto, actually. Because Naruto got a lot of
interesting.
eliminations yesterday. Also,
True, but Seven got more, I think, didn't he? Oh no, because it was. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
I think it might be
Hard.
close. I think it's quite close between them.
Although to be fair, the MG3 boys have gotten a lot of elims, and that we've just been blinded by their MG3ness that we've kind of forgotten to count the elims as well.
We're kind of split between the two players, no? So I think that may
Yeah.
be not helping. Oh no, Red has going right.
Oh.
The camping is happening. Oh no, he missed it initially. Oh, there's no way he's able to make it out. Million Gaming, you can't miss it. Oh no, he did get it
Oh,
eventually.
okay.
The elimination took a little bit longer for me to be on screen, but Million does get a sneaky one, meaning one MG3 is taken out of the picture. That's a hefty one. Though, if they're able to leave, they could go for the revive. So the MG3 boys could come back. And I saw people saying we're biased for the MG3 boys, and yeah, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
hide it. Yeah, I
Pretty
am,
much.
at least. I don't know for Nep.
MG3 boys OP. So honestly, yeah.
I heard they got an invite for PMGC finals of this year.
Oh.
As a duo, not
honestly?
even as a four-man team. Like, they're just duo versus 15 full squads.
Yeah, Fave team. That's who I'm rooting for in PMGC. Let's go. But not if they're gonna play like this. Imagine getting yeeted by a solo player like that. Very sneaky indeed. Night Queen taking out HK. Now there is a surprise.
Oh.
HK normally not in the thick of it, but looks like
Now she
things
is.
might be. Yeah, she is now, isn't she? My goodness me, because it's Merci and I love gambling. Going head to head here. Nice little nade to just ward them off, but now they definitely know somebody's here.
How about I just like put the thickest French accent for merci, but
Merci.
Night Queen is gonna get naded by I Love Gambling, and no, there was 100% chance of him hitting that nade. He was not even gambling in the first place. He was 100% sure of his play. Though actually, I wanted to bring up HK. We did see him get eliminated, but Seven is already camping one of those respawn beacons, so he's going to be spawned back up in the northern side of the circle near Sweet Dreams and Pepito, and Baba also just currently in Stadium. And again, one thing I have to say, I've had a lot of fun with this tournament. It's been great, but I'm kind of unhappy with the lack of fighting in Stadium. We've seen nothing happen in Stadium,
Yeah.
and being our big drop location, Nep, in our games, I was hoping for a little bit more Stadium action. So hopefully they can learn from their blunder this time and give us some Stadium fighting next time.
I hope so for sure. It's not right that we don't get what we want, basically.
We should get what we want. We decide
Yeah,
what should happen.
honestly. We've been talking about this for literal hours now, and nobody's listening to us, which is honestly just unfair and rather mean. So I'm just gonna
Come
say
on,
that.
there. Like we both know no one's here to listen to us ramble on about the game. Okay, they're all here to spam the name of their favorite creator, like Ultra. Or
I mean,
Naruto.
honestly, true. Or Vale.
Yeah.
Everybody's going Vale with a bunch of fire emojis. So.
We're just here to like scream Vale and MG3 boys and Pipito very soon.
Basically,
that's all
yeah.
we do. That's what we're paid for, and that's all we're doing currently.
No, Doctor in chat said Naptura. Wow, nice dancing. No, they saw me. I have been perceived.
It was good dancing to be for like the half second I saw it happen. It was it was some top tier dancing, better than me.
Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Caleb though and Janika in this warehouse. Not sure how much information they have on Livino. Civu is quite far behind, and I think might be also trying to get some info, but. This is quite sneaky. If they just go out the warehouse the wrong way, I think that might be an instant knock into a flush for Livino. Maybe Sevu also, again, if he has an angle on Caleb and Janika. And the circle is actually going to push them towards them. So in about 2 minutes' time, we're going to see something unravel here pretty soon. But just like last fights of the last game, Sevu was kind of camping the respawn beacon, but he's actually going to move forward. So my theory is down the drain.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, I do like this spot, though. Look at it. It's nice and shady. Honestly, that looks like it has the most delicious shade, right? It's just that right temperature
Delicious
of
shade.
coolness. Yeah, it's just the perfect temperature of cool. And it's kind of like a slight breeze under there, and you got a picnic going. So honestly, I love that position from them. Very nice and relaxing while they wait for these next few phases to get around to coming in. But Caleb and crew, Janika as well, they've got these warehouses pretty locked down. It's going to be interesting to see if Cebu and Livino can actually do something against this. They see Caleb running around, getting that little bit of the diversion going through with that vehicle so Livino can come in with the S12K and do something about it. But right now, it's not going to work.
I love this because, again, Livino and Sevu have been pretty passive this entire tournament. It's good to see them actually see a team and go for the push themselves. I think they understood, okay, we need to go for a big play, get a ton of eliminations if we want to try and rank up a little bit higher than our current position in the leaderboard. So for that alone, Sevu, Livino, I respect it. I appreciate it. I enjoy it even. Though currently, Janika and Caleb did move back a little bit. Not quite ready for this altercation just yet. They are going to try and slow down the pace. Actually, I love Mr. Caleb's angle here on the rooftop, which we talked about a bit yesterday, right, Nap? The roofs are quite easy to reach for a lot of these buildings. So this bit of elevation that Caleb has with that third-person perspective is kind of OP and making it a little bit easier to slow down the approach of Livino and Sevu.
Ooh, there we go. A little bit of a hard shift coming in on stage 2 as well, right? Not very centered like we've seen before. Poe is out of the final game here. He was that solo, so he's not going to be able to get revived here. I do like going back to this fight, though. Caleb's position on this little roof here. It's a nice little sneaky angle they got going on. Molotov coming through, but they decide it's just not worth it, right? It's gone on too long. And that's the right play here. They do need to move on, get into zone, and be on their way. And they're going to try and just outplay. And then we go to the pump.
This skin.
It's so cute.
On what card does this skin apply? Is it the Dacia? I don't remember which one.
I think it's the Dacia. Yeah, well, I think we've got 4-seater here.
I love this so much. I regret it. PUBG Mobile, I demand you bring this skin back so I can give you my money, okay? Bring it back, please. I need this skin so much. I love it. And it's called Mercy too. It's like it's so French. That is such a like French type car you would see in France back in the day. Back in the day, why am I I'm almost 30. Oh my god.
Wow, you're almost 30.
I just had a realization. I'm not going to talk the rest of this game. I'm in shock. I'm old. Oh yeah, you were jamming.
I mean, heck yeah. All right. I didn't even know you could do that. Honestly, vibes. Let's go.
Look at Zidu just like so sweaty right now. Just like, oh, I'm going to check this angle, make sure we don't get pushed up. Shark.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. Shark,
Meanwhile,
we like baby shark in the background.
Very good. Very nice. Very epic of them all. And honestly, why not take a little bit of a chill pill? Just relax for a second. Got a little bit of time before things start getting really serious, and it's the last game. Have some fun with it. But that's not the case for everybody. We see Loco and Namir moving on in, playing that edge, scouting out, being very cautious with this, and they really need to be because they don't want to mess around here. We got a minute and a half till stage 3. Stage 3 is probably going to be a hard shift, so they really need to make sure that they are clear, out of the way, and in a good position to move to wherever that zone takes them.
I want to bring up one topic that's quite important to me, Nap. So, like, please bear with me as I go through this. I see a lot of people, a lot of streamers, content creators, annoyed about stream sniping, which is fair. It's annoying. But if you put YouTube like in your player name, you know that you're kind of asking for it. In my opinion. Maybe be a little bit more low-key about the fact that you're a content creator and you won't get in that many stream sniping situations. That's just a gripe I have. That's just something, yeah.
That you know what? That's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. I mean, one does not necessarily mean the other. Like, I mean, yeah, no, but I see where you're coming from, where it's kind of just like, well, it's this weird line between no, Vale, no, he's been reduced to Veil, and they can't get him back. Oh, they can get him back. Oh, let's go.
He can't get him back. Proven wrong in like half a second. It's just like, oh, he's getting him back.
Instant karma, for real.
That's fine. Yeah, I think he was just again feeling pretty aggressive, wanting to get those eliminations to not only just maybe hope to get first place, but also for him to become your top frag of the tournament. He does have 3 eliminations, by the way, which we didn't catch all of those, but we did see a few of those in the elimination feed. 6 points brought only by Vale so far, and Orko just being the perfect teammate, going for the revive on his squad mate. And HK regrouping with 7, which you don't see happen too often. Every full moon is when they do regroup.
It seems that way, so nice to see that coming in from them in the last game. 1K until the new zone, though. Stage 3 has popped up, and these two teams might not want to fight each other because they got a long way to go. We're going down to the south side. Fongtun is the big area here, but we also got a lot of mountains coming in, and even a lake.
Yeah, we are going to be having Fongtun in play, and also Lanpo, I believe it is a little bit hidden by. So yeah, there you go, Lanpo also down there. Actually, you do have then SOM of Manazir and Lifo. Decent position in the circle, not getting too close to anyone just yet, so they could be looking pretty solid in this game. Though, actually, we did talk about the MG3 boys a little bit earlier in this game. They did lose one player. Lobby and Red Hat are back to a duo, so that revive did come through. But actually, if I'm not mistaken, are Ultra and Millions still alive, or did we lose them? I don't remember. Because I can't see them right now, but if they're not, that means they lost their MG3s that they took from Ringjiang. So who has the MG3 currently? Yeah. I don't really know.
That is a bit of a mystery. We'll have to see as the game continues who's got that MG3, because that's going to be super important, right? We've seen how massive they can be in the hands of the right players. Oh, well, Ultra was here, but he's not anymore. He just got knocked. He knocked himself.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I didn't have any other words for that. It's like, oh no, it's not a good time. Shark actually in a picture-in-picture going for a bit of a spray there with the M4. Actually hits one of those bullets. They're going to be moving out. Yeah.
MG3 boys are in the same place as Danya because Danya has just been so quiet, and Baba is here too.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yeah.
The MG3 boys have no idea.
I was looking at the picture. There was a lot of shooting happening. What the hell are you doing up here, Baba?
Bro.
I mean, there's no way they're going to expect him to be. How did he get? Did he? Oh, no. I guess they used a recall beacon, and he dropped on there, and he's just staying up there the entire time. Not bad. Not bad. Actually, no. Wait. You can't do that. Look at the amount of ammo and loot he has. How did he get up here?
I have no idea.
How did you get all that loot up there?
Oh.
I have to go in that location in Rondo in my next game.
Yeah.
I want to find. Actually, did he go on the rooftop maybe? I have no idea. Okay, big nade, perfectly cooked from Lobby. Don't need an MG3 to pull that one off. And I mean, Bubba, if he has a self AD, which I'm not sure if he does have, going to be a bit of a tricky spot. As Donya, as you said, being as silent as ever. And I think going to try and dodge the fight entirely and just wait for them to leave, maybe go for the recall, but you're not going to have a lot of time to pull it off. So I think that plan is just not going to be successful. Baba, I think, is done for this match.
Alrighty, here we go. They are still in zone. So that is one thing to consider here, but we're moving over to that high ground. We're moving over to those wet fields as well as some open ground. We're moving away from those compounds as much as possible, it looks like here. So a lot of teams still out in the blue, interestingly enough. 4 different teams out there on that northeastern side. So let's see how that goes for them. In the meantime, the Elim feed is doing some things right now.
It's so silent right now. Oh, okay. I mean, we're back to the cool skin. Okay, I'm back. I was looking around the chat, seeing what's happening in chat. People are comparing Vale and Naruto a lot. It seems like that's the main competition that we build up. It's like the main rivalry. Actually, chat, you know what? Just to get the chat active a little bit more at the end of here, who's the best player out of Vale and Naruto? Tell us in the chat who you're going to be picking, as Donyo gets picked off by the MG3 boys. Not with an MG3, but still goes down for the count. And that's going to be 2 extra points secured by the lads of MG3 boys.
Well done. That's actually 4 points. So GG's there. Lotex trying to get away, does end up doing it, but look at this. Team 22 up to 5 eliminations. That's 10 points on the board just in Elim points right now. So that's a huge boost in their points for them. And really, this new rule for the last 2 games means that this is really anybody's game and anybody's tournament at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really is. They could be snatched away in the last few seconds if you're not too careful. Those eliminations are starting to rack up a lot of points for the teams that are willing to go for those engagements. As though 7, still with HK. Actually going to try and hold off a squad here out in the blue. Can't quite see. Yeah, okay, so it's team number 6 then, CR7 with Captain and Naruto. Though again, currently first place team. If they lose this 5 versus 7 and HK, first place is pretty much open for the taking if we see one of the 2 other squads like SOM and of course the squad of MG3 boys get themselves the win. So they've got to be very careful because currently they are in the hot seat, Nep. They need to come out on top of this fight if they want to go the entire way.
Oh, but this edge is looking a little spicy for my liking. 4 different teams, and yeah, Zasua is very right to get out of dodge with that one. Janica going over to Isla Gaming, Zedu and Mr. Caleb as well. So there's a big fight happening in the back there, and that's what we're going to be looking at next is, oh, maybe Zasua and Pepito actually moving back in. They got out of dodge, and then they just want to take it a little bit further. Oh, don't run over your teammate. Oh my God, what was that? But he does get it in the end.
You have to be quick to get the res, so Mercy is going to get I Love Gambling back up. I believe they are in circle, if just barely. They are going to be indeed in the play zone, so they shouldn't be taking that blue zone damage. They still have a few seconds to work with. As Naruto gets up there, gets the nade, and I think I Love Gambling is going to get knocked. So actually, no, tanks the damage of that nade. Naruto, though, not going to too much work done. The circle moves away, going to create a little bit of a crater for him with that explosion, so that terraforming again coming into play. But this east area is just so stacked with teams that a few of them are actually just leaving the vicinities. Pepito and Zasua in particular, like, yep, we don't want anything to do with this engagement. This sucks big time. So we're just going to go to the play zone. See you guys later.
Well, it makes sense, right? I mean, they've still got a lot of teams to go before they start getting those placement points. And if the points are what they want, then they need to really think about that end game and maybe leave those Elim points for another day. There's still plenty of fish in the sea here. If you go to the rest of the zone, I mean, look, there's 3 teams in this compound alone. There's 2 more down further to the south, so there's plenty of people.
Actually, more. You got 5 teams here in this compound. You got 2 up in the northern side and 3 in the northern side and 2 in the southern side. So you got a lot of squads in Fong 2. We have a somewhat quote-unquote Fong 2 circle finish here. At least for phase 5, possibly phase 6, depending on if we have a northwestern shift for the next circle. But it's going to be interesting. It could be a full-on city finish, which does seem a little bit unlikely, but could be happening, or it could be a complete field finish. We'll have to see. As Million Gaming with the MG3, they stole away from the MG3 boys, realizing, wait, this is kind of a really good weapon, and he's truly becoming a part of the Church of MG3. He's getting there.
Yeah, basically, we know exactly who took that, don't we? But Levinho does go out there, and that's going to be a finish coming through for them. I don't know if his teammate's still alive, but I don't think he is at this point in time. You are seeing the MG3 boys, though, again, with those 5 elims, means 10 points total already here. So we'll see what else they can do with the rest of these squads.
That's why I think people are getting fed up with how many times we said MG3 boys in these 2 days worth of broadcast. It's just...
That's a shame.
We get it, guys. It's a funny name. But you're like, yeah, so, yeah, just going to keep saying it. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. As Captain and Naruto going to be sending only Captain in the building, and he's instantly going to be knocked there. So unfortunately for him and his team, that's going to be them down to 50% of their workforce. Naruto just stranded over to the east and hoping to stay hidden between these two hay bales.
You know what's awful as well is they've got 0 eliminations. I mean, normally we don't see them have that many elims until the end of the game, but with 1 down here, that's all of a sudden their top spot is looking very precarious. So Naruto's really got to play this very, very carefully if he wants to secure that finish for himself, for his team. Meanwhile, everybody else on the edge is having a little bit of a hard time because that zone is really starting to hurt now, and moving on in, it's all very flat. HK rather goes up in a ball of flames, and Noblesse has got to be picked back up here, but that is 7 and HK out of the game, out of this match. And now we are down to just 9 teams.
I kind of like what Naruto's trying to do. He's going full salvage mode this game. He's trying to get as many placement points as humanly possible. Maybe a few eliminations if he has the opportunity. But right now, this circle is horrible for Naruto, for CR7, currently our first place team. A few resources, though, but yeah, look at that. I Love Gambling and Mercy just going for some big sprays on that hay bale. And no nades available for Naruto, so if you had a nade, I think that could be an easy 2 eliminations, but without that utility in your back pocket, Naruto's going to have to start thinking, like, do I have to just run for it once the circle starts moving? Like, what's the game plan? Because he has no cars in those 2 hay bales. So he's kind of stranded onto the east, and he's going to have a real bad few next minutes or two to make that transition work out.
Yeah, I mean, looking at zone, it is kind of tricky. I mean, you got that road, right? So that means it's all very flat, very open there. No one can really use it. The only playable areas are really the ones that are already occupied on those extreme edges. So it's going to be so difficult for these teams to do anything here. But Vale gets that Molotov really nicely done. Akko as well is a little low, but those nades in hand, you don't want to see Team 17 with any sort of utility in hand because that means death for you. So Cappy and Noblesse really have to play this one. Have to outsmart everybody, but with teams up on the ridge now, that's looking more and more difficult.
I have to say it again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but emergency cover flare in this kind of finish, if you're one of the eastern or southern teams, could be pivotal for you to just at least survive for phase 7. So we'll see if a few squads have those available. Orko, though, with the MG3 himself, Varley, very low on ammo, and he's actually trying to be very careful with the sprays here. Onto Mercy and I Love Gambling, just a few little one-taps here and there. And Orko will be getting I Love Gambling, so that's going to be another elimination for them. Up to 4 so far, meaning 8 points this game. And CR7 are pretty much done, so that means that we are seeing possibly a massive comeback from our second, third place teams.
Yes, indeed. 12 points going to them on those elims. Oh, and that's Red Hat and Lobby out. The MG3 boys done, finished by Pepito, no less. Going up to 7 elims for them. And Pepito is a solo at the minute. But meanwhile, Noblesse is going down to Vale. Continuing to be Vale. Akko as well, trying to do his bit. But Vale does go down. Akko goes down as well. And that's going to be them gone as well. So we've really seen all our heavy hitters just go out just like that.
Yeah, I mean, massive third party from Loco and Amir. They knew exactly what they were doing here. They had the perfect angle. They get Vale down. And when Vale's down, you know, there's not going to be a lot of resistance left. I mean, I'm not to be against Orko, but like it is rough when you're down to just a solo between 2 duos at the same time. So unfortunately, it was just not going to be enough. So yeah, Mir Loku able to just clean up shop in the compound here of Fengtun and get up all the loot in the process. And now it's a 2v1v1 versus Pepito and Million Gaming. And Amir's even on the rooftop, so he's gathering so much free information from that spot.
But look who's smack dab in the middle of that new zone, and look who all has to come in now. So, I mean, it's going to be very difficult for Million to win this with Amir's position on the roof, but still, right? There's some really cool chances. If he wants to play very, very well, then he has the opportunity to do so.
Amir, be careful on that flat roof. You're going to be spotted out by Pepito. Emergency cover flare put down by Loku down in the rice field. And is going to be looking to... He doesn't even use that cover. He's just like, yep, making it to the hay bale, making it to that little ridge, followed up by Amir. So they're going to be covering a lot of strong space in the circle. But Million Gaming with the MG3, they have no idea Pepito's taken down, but Million Gaming is going to get up here, going for the spray down onto Amir. Gets one, might be looking for the 1v2 versus Loku and Amir of Team GT. He doesn't have to reload, and he will be securing the 1v2 to get the final chicken dinner here of the Legends Rise Rondo tournament, and it's taken over by the squad of Ultra and Million Gaming. GG, well played.
Well done. 1v2. I said he was in the middle of the zone. He didn't have to do anything but wait for everybody to come to him, and he pulled it off, MG3 included. So, MG3 boys 2.0?
Million Gaming is now an honorary
Yeah,
part
1.5.
of a member of the MG3 boys. Like, it's a 3-man squad now, but truly amazing play. He just stayed put after a very strong transition initially from the southern side. I think everyone was just so focused on their fights in Fongton, in the compound itself, that no one's really paying attention to any of the teams out in the rise fields and just like, okay, I'm going to get on that little slope, stay hidden, get free information with third-person perspective. And even Pepito, that maybe could have spotted him, was just so focused on those northern teams that he just ends up not even seeing Million Gaming in the first place. So they get third place because of that. And now the question stands, who's going to be taking home that first place? Because I think that with Naruto and his teammate going out a little bit early in this game, maybe our first place team will have changed for the very first time here in quite a few matches now.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. I mean, we saw them go out pretty early with, I think, either no elims or maybe 1 or 2 maximum. So it's not a lot of points compared to many of these teams we saw have like 12, 14 points going out with. So we'll see. We'll see how it's going to go. But I'm with you. I don't think that they've held on to it. I kind of hope that they have, just because they were my pick. But I kind of feel like that might not be the case.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a rough one. But you know what? We did see the hot drop happening with the MG3 boys. But here we have it, checking out the leaderboards. And it is going to be the MG3 boys of Red Hat and Lobby taking home the entire tournament. They will be your Legends Rise Rondo 2025 champions. And we'll be taking home also the lion's share of the $10,000 prize pool, which is $3.5K. So congratulations to the MG3 boys of Red Hat and Lobby for taking home the trophy.
GG's, well played. I mean, we have talked about them so much through the last couple of days, and with good reason, right? 35 elims coming through here. 81 total points is huge for this duo, right?
Wait. I'm looking at their eliminations, 35, and then you have, because they're on the second page. I was like, wait a minute, there's no way that the teams right next to them had that low amount of eliminations, but no, it was the second page. But yeah, congratulations to them, dominating, of course, to the top 5 teams for taking home a portion of the $10,000 prize pool. I did not see... Okay, so apparently we're not going to be seeing who the top fragger is. I'm sure it'll be announced on social media and stuff like that. Yeah. But feel free to place your bets in the chat who you think was the top fragger here of the Legends Rise Rondo tournament, because I think it's quite close again between a few big names.
Yeah.
But only one can take it home. Only one can take that $500 and maybe get themselves the Volkswagen skin, which I wish I could get, but it's not in game anymore.
Or the Bugatti.
Or the Bugatti could get too, actually, but whichever one they want, to be honest. This is their pick of the litter right now. But anyways, with that said, how do you feel about our first Rondo tournament here, Neb?
I think it's been so much fun. It's been so interesting to see all the strats coming through. I think I really enjoyed it. I would love to see it to come to esports at some point. If it does, I think that'd be so much fun. Imagine that in the rotation with Miramar and Erangel. I would absolutely love that. So I really enjoyed our time here. It's been good fun. The duos have been great. The duos have been very fun and having fun with it as well. So that's made it really interesting as well. So I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, ditto that. It was definitely a very entertaining last 2 days worth of games, and I'm really hoping we get a lot more of these tournaments in the future. I believe there might be other influencer tournaments in the future that will be happening. We'll see based on what, maybe next updates and stuff. We'll see how things are going to be working out. But I do believe we are also going to be getting an interview with our champions here normally. That should be the MG3 boys, and I got a lot of possible questions to ask them. What should we ask them first here, Neb? I'm thinking, what would be the best heavy-hitting question?
Do they like the name MG3 boys?
Do they? Oh, actually, yeah, we have to ask them. Do they allow us to officially call them the MG3 boys? Is that a fine? That's a very fitting question. But also, I think we can ask them a few questions about Ringjang and dealing with the guards, and maybe give us some tips so we don't get eliminated. So I got a few ideas of questions and stuff, how that's going to work out. But we should be having then our lads of Red Hat and Lobby on the show very soon for our interview to wrap up the Legends Rise Rondo tournament. Though, currently looking at this though, we talked about Rondo a lot, right? The map. When it comes to new features that were added after these 6 matches, which one do you think was the most impactful, and that we're going to see just a reoccurring thing in all Rondo-based tournaments?
It's got to be the cover flare, right? I've probably taken your answer with that one because you've been answering that for most of these questions, but it's gotta be. It's got to be that one. That we've seen that so much, so often in every single game, in every single end zone. So yeah, I think that's probably the most influential, the most useful when it comes to competitive games.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. Like, it's definitely the emergency cover flare is just too damn good. In the right situation, like in a field finish, is just creates so many opportunities that would not be there in the first place. And I'm kind of wondering if the emergency cover flare would make it to Erangel, Miramar, Stanok, other battlegrounds. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% positive about that. It might just be a Rondo exclusive, but if it does, paint me excited and surprised and happy about that, because I think that could be a big, big game changer for any kind of PUBG Mobile related tournament. If it's esports, like influencer based, etc. Like, I'm very excited for the future of this game. And I'm even hearing that like the next updates that will be coming out have so many cool new additions. So keep your eyes peeled open for what's going to be happening in the future. Ooh.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm super stoked for that. Let's go. I mean, but this year has been such a exciting year for PUBG anyway, so really looking forward to what we've got coming in the next few months. But yeah, I'm down for more Rondo. I mean, literally, if I wasn't not feeling all that great, then we would be going into game after this, Max, like we did yesterday, because we had some epic games yesterday and we wanted to do that again. But they'll have to wait, Max, because I hear in our ear this time, the boys are here. Hello?
Hello. Team Bot, Red Hat Lobby, can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hey.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, on the interview. And congratulations on winning the entirety of the Legends Rise Rondo 2025 tournament. Right away, I want to ask you guys, how are you feeling after taking home this trophy?
I can't speak right now, Lobby. You go ahead. I'm still excited.
Feeling actually incredible. Like, it's amazing. We did great team performance, and we did it now for the third time this tournament. We won the first one, the second one we got tied, and we got second place. And you was literally saying, Max, these guys don't accept it. They come back for revenge next season, and we actually make your words come true. I'm literally shaking. I'm so happy.
Even I forgot I said that. Thank you for reminding me. This is great. But me and Neptura had a question for you guys. We've been calling you, I don't know if you've been like listening to us on the show. We've been calling you the entire time the MG3 boys, because you guys are just blasting after looting up Ring Jang and getting those weapons and the Orm and P90s. Can we officially call you guys the MG3 boys?
That's totally fine for me.
Hell yeah, we got them.
Let's go.
Okay, it's official now, guys. Yeah, next tournament, you have to sign up as the MG3 boys, okay? We'll be waiting. We'll be waiting for that.
All right.
We promise. We promise.
Yeah,
awesome.
we will so
Let's go.
Any question on your side, possibly, Nep?
Let's see. I mean, how was the strategy, like, how did you get to the strategy of going down to the guard area and getting those MG3s and just wiping the lobby with that? How did you come up with that?
Nathan, I give you the word.
All right, so we actually prepared a little bit for this tournament, and we were trying to figure out strats that no one would come up with. We were trying to think somewhat outside the box. So we noticed that whenever you sell items such as scopes or attachments that you don't have on your weapon, you can sell them at the shop for coins. So by killing these bots in the AI region with these MG3 bosses and everything, it was quite tough to the beginning, but we somewhat developed a strategy how to foster through the environment a little bit and kill them one by one without taking too much damage, because we both got knocked at several moments during both the training and actually the tournament, because these AIs are really strong. So we just decided pick up stuff, kill these guys, take their MG3s, get an AWM as well, because why not? Get level 3 armor as much as you can and be prepared for the battle, because we knew this time we were going to have some really strong opponents coming up. And I'm actually still surprised that we got this, because it was just ups and downs in terms of performance. It was really interesting.
I never heard someone say we got the Orm because why not? It's just like, it's just in front of us. Actually. But I mean, the game plan was working out great. Actually, I want to ask you guys, because now you seem like you perfected these kind of tournaments on Rondo. You were playing amazingly well from start to finish. When it comes to Rondo itself, what would you say would be the part of this map, or maybe even the features on this map, that you both enjoy the most in this current update?
I like some hot drops, but one thing I would suggest is they put a little bit more water, because the map is even the same size as a Rangel and Miramar, but because there's so less water and you have 100 people inside the map, it's actually big to find people. So that's what I would say. Or they
I
should
gotta say, for me, it's the shops.
they upgrade
Absolutely.
it, how much people they can add, like 150, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy
Okay, you
kill
want
games, no?
150 people on that map?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he's the
I think my
close range
phone
guy.
would melt, but
I
you know what?
output
I'd like
snipers.
that.
He's the close range guy.
And sorry, you said also the shops were your favorite feature, yeah?
Absolutely. My gameplay is basically only redirected to sniping. You know, when it comes to close range, the closer the enemy, my gameplay for performance gets a little bit worse. So I stick with snipers. And I remember that back in the Spider-Man event, we used to have the shops with the AWM for 100 coins, and I got really mad when they removed it. So now I'm really glad that you can get it now for half the price, 50 coins for an AWM. So for anybody who's clip hunting or likes to make sniper clips for TikTok, YouTube, whatsoever, really give Rondo a try. It's really worth the money. You just got to figure out how to kill the AIs, and then you have enough money. You get like 3 to 5 coins from their crates, and you can buy an AWM and maybe even a scope.
I mean, I hope you guys are
Dang, is that
happy.
cheap?
Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are happy after this tournament. You crashed the MG3 and Orm economy. Like the stocks are down
Yeah.
big time. That investment is not working out for a lot of people. But again, congratulations to you both on winning the Legends Rise Rondo 2025 tournament. I want to give you both an opportunity to share a quick word for your fans and the people that have been supporting you both in the chat during this event.
Red, you can go first.
All right, I want to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who participated in the tournament. You gave us really a challenge. It was really a lot of anxiety throughout the matches. We had peaks, we had valleys, and up and down. And throughout this entire tournament, we had great support, especially on lobby stream. A lot of gifts. People showed gratitude for us streaming the gameplay. And I'm really glad that we came to this conclusion of winning the match because it was close. And I'm just super happy that everything worked out for us. And I'm super happy that there were insane fights and insane clips for all the teams. So yeah, again, thanks for this opportunity, and I hope next time it will be even more interesting.
Yeah, and I will say, first of all, thanks to you, Max, and I don't know your name, but thank you for hosting and casting the streams for everybody. And I want to thank you all the influencers who took part of the tournament. We had an amazing tournament, and the fight was great. So thank you for that. And I want to leave it by this, because Red had said all the words already.
Awesome, thank you so much. Her name is Neptura, but thank you. That's really...
I'm sorry, I didn't know her name. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It's really funny.
That's the funniest thing ever. Oh, you know what? You won the tournament and you made us crack up. So thank you very much, guys. It's been entertaining to listen to you guys, to see you play. And we wish you the best of luck for maybe the next tournament and your next games in Rondo. So again, thanks so much for joining us on this interview.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one, guys. Whew, okay, I'm looking like a tomato right now. That was hilarious. That really caught me off guard. But with that said, I do believe we do know who our top fragger is. Roll the drums, please. Okay, we don't have... Thank you very much. That was kind of cringe, actually. Shouldn't have done that. It's fine. Valet is going to be our top fragger of the Legends Rise Rondo tournament, meaning he gets extra swag in money. That's a sentence I just said. Yeah, he gets an extra $500 out of the $10,000 prize pool. So congratulations to Valet. We're going to hold on to that name until the next tournament to see if he can claim that title again. But yeah, Valet really definitely one of our top competitors from start to finish. And I'm intrigued to see him continue popping off in these kind of events, Nep.
Absolutely, yeah. He was so much fun to watch. Every time he was on screen, you're like, oh, he's going to do amazing things. And he did it time and time again. So very, very happy with his performance. Very happy with the MG3 boys' performance. Very happy with everybody's. Honestly, they all stepped up to the plate in their own time. So really happy with everybody who's played here.
Yeah, I mean, most importantly, also congratulations to everyone who participated in the tournament, and thank you very much for them for making the show what it is. It wouldn't be the same without them. And of course, thank you very much to everyone in the chat for being here. It's been a great old time to have everyone just paying attention to Rondo, seeing how things are going, and how the meta is shaping up, Nep. I think that it's still early days, right? The map just came out a few weeks ago now. And I think that over time, we're going to see the meta being refined, the playstyles being refined on this map. And as we go forward and the more events we have on this map, I think that things are going to get very, very dicey. So personally, Nep, I don't know if I'm speaking for the both of us, but I'm very excited for the future of this map.
Absolutely. I'm super, super excited for it. And of course, just like thank you to everybody who's participated. Thanks to the producers as well for like hosting this event and doing this, because this has been so much fun, Max.
Yeah, it's been really a lot of fun to see that going on. But everyone in the chat, I'm seeing everyone just still spamming names, Lilifo, etc. Actually, I do want to say, well played for me, the biggest surprise in this tournament, which is SOM, Team 16, Manazé and Lilifo. I think they had one of the biggest step-ups. We talked about it already in the last 2 games and how they were performing. And I think that they definitely had a very, very good time. But with that said, I want to know, Neb, do you have any final words you'd like to share with us before we do wrap up the show?
Just thanks for everybody who watched. Thanks for everybody who participated. Thanks for everybody who hosted. Thank you, Max. You're still a nerd, but you know what? You're a good nerd to cast along with. So
I'll take it.
It's all cool. Yeah.
A compliment from Nep. Those are
GGs.
rare for me in particular. But we'll try. Thank you very much, Nep. It's been a pleasure covering the tournament with you. Of course, always thank you to the production team for putting these events together and the PUBG Mobile team as a whole. They're doing great stuff. And to all our influencers, of course, you guys in the chat, because without you, these things would not be possible in the first place. Though, what's possible to do right now in game is to go pick up your very own car skin right now. If you head on over in game, you've got the brand new Bugatti collaboration happening. I believe it's the 3rd one. So as we wrap it up here, check out this cool collab video with Bugatti and tell us if you're going to go get that skin very soon in the chat. We'll see you guys next time.